fighting not only against the Nigerian government, but against the world.
If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop.
Going to lower the flag of Nigeria and raise the flag of the United States of Biafra.
Na wana na bose vive na kiti enoi na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem Ojibe kwa tula ne bovo Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule hule Dani mona tulilu Na ya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu Ngula matali waso jere futa mbaka njuba diali Ama abulezi okwenu Na baka la kelwe nezi enwe Nubote akala kelwe gonu nezi Baka na baba neno wa aralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na ndagulugu seji tono nugu bana tayi Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu ubanyo Makana njuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake kwa waja sienyi kakezu ezo pabule bewelo tamano Umo Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu ubanyo Makano fobi abakama Na nugo no way Mo Biafra na bekele umunina Nkabo nkanyi Mwa adati na ijele wanyi bekele mi Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion God in a water cheers a moon or be born you Wesi akana rugyo Aduba kwa chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land in Mongwem Adawunelia kalaya dike Ma fondi bojiri diebu baby gade biche mele Mongwem Abusikwo dogweji mali bonine Adagweji malo Biafra miyo Adumegwo chukwu Opagisi ekene logi Philipu Efyong Abusikwa nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye Na ya bụ Biafra ya tulugo enata Una bulu na ya bụ Biafra ekunigo Noko guli nwata n'aka na ele Opagisi ekene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kede ebe n'olike Amadike Biafra
Biafra said today, for the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of the accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the NJC is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to come out. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
Biafran government they know na exile cabinet na tukunanda na ya gba unu maka na onye sụrụ ya atọ ka ịmalụ ga-enu eyi jisie n'ike ekele m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu the agents of Biafra land bekele nu the great oracles of Biafra na n'unu ọnụ ekele unu na ma na n'unu jisi ike n'ọlụ Atugo ya gba unu ume ụmụ Chukwu asị ekene ya the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Webber abụzikwa agbata obi otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ Anonganga Piotembe will not be. And then I can show you, you will not see. Yes. Mweji mwagu konyilo sinodilo kasojilo ya tiji sojilo walasa Muzikwe wabatobi Pagada gididi kebya nulu Mweji wapala niyo Mwenye tukujele ndi Biafra na nulu Nuna beke nege I no ya dilo no ni na nam. Mandanye na bono nwe no udela ni welien. Mandanye na bono nudo no nwe. Makana mbona boke kwe na bodike. Moya na no moya no. No be voye dobeli ne dele no wa ma believe amalama. A good legacy will last forever, my believer, and the remembrance of my bless you.
Each and every one of you, and as I do welcome you, as always, I will ask you to welcome those around you. I welcome you by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because unlike any other, this very broadcast simulcast on multiple platforms this very day, morning, noon, or night, depending on where you are, is being relayed right across the face of this very planet Earth. A lot of people are watching, a lot of people are listening, and many of you will be blessed as a result of it. And as I do welcome you, please endeavor, or should I say, try to welcome other people as well. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over the world, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Regardless of where you are, as I said earlier, we are welcoming you, and we are going to pray as it is customary for us to do here. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you, and before we proceed, we are going to pray. As it is usual with us here on this platform, we pray because we are nothing without the Almighty. We are going to offer praise and adoration to Him as always, and I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla naanị ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tuo oge ebighị ebi. Onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ, nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị niile anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na eji mma mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwaanyị akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasisi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkwa ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere, na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara ebi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise.
I want to let the world understand what the so-called founding fathers of the Zoological Republic actually said about Nigeria. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs. They do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigerian unity is only a British invention. Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, 1948, a founding father of Nigeria. The second one, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, 1947. Now, lastly, let me tell you what Nnamdi Azikiwe said in 1964 after the so-called independence of Nigeria. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Then, should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is Katanga, will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. These are the historical facts that nobody can deny. We have it in abundance. So, their three founding fathers have, none of them actually believed in one Nigeria. All their founding fathers. But tomorrow now, you see Guardian write the founding father. Our founding fathers will be disappointed. But your founding fathers never believed in one Nigeria. It is here now.
is the question. Why is it that the Europeans are afraid of other countries within Africa, you know, may follow up the breakup of Nigeria, and they would want to break up and form their own country? I want you people to ask yourself, why are they thinking like this? Because I have come across a lot of arguments where somebody will say, okay, they want to maintain Nigeria so that, you know, because they are afraid. According to them, during the 1967-1970 Biafra, the issue was that if Biafra, you know, succeeded in breaking away from Nigeria, other African countries will want to follow suit. Now, I ask again, why are they afraid of that? My people, it is not about natural resources. Some people say they are afraid to lose natural resources. It is not afraid to lose natural resources. No, 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 no. Of course, business is part of it. Business is part of it, which natural resources is also one of the factors. But this is not the issue. The issue here is not about the natural resources. Because anyhow, they are still going to have access to these natural resources. Somehow, they are going to have access to it. But it is not about natural resources. Well, so when natural resources is one compelling factor, but we should go beyond natural resources. It is time we begin to think beyond natural resources. It is not about natural resources. They are afraid of the economic power that will come from Africa when Africa divide along tribal line. Because you see, they know, they are afraid for you to know what they know. So it is not about natural resources. If you are thinking that it is because of natural resources, my brother, somehow you are right, but you are not right completely. You are getting the main point very wrong. The point here is that they are afraid of you adopting the system that made them what they are today. And what is that system? Dividing your country along tribal line. And that is, I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit.
Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone to this fundraising in the area of any indictment or anything, because we know our prime minister didn't do anything wrong. He is doing exactly what we are doing. All the killings that the Southeast and South delegitimized governors are doing, that is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was preventing. That is what Nnamdi Kanu was preventing. And the whole world have seen how Finland took away our Prime Minister. And within that period, hundreds of innocent Biafrans have been murdered by Christopher Musa and Tinubu using the reintegrated terrorists that are imported into the Nigeria territory. That is what is going on. And that is something that Biafrans have risen up and said, no more. So we are still waiting for Finland to accuse our prime minister of anything. They've held our prime minister going to almost 3 months now, 90 days. He did not commit any crime. But from what Finland has done, we have now discovered there is a history of what Finland is doing to suppress Christians, to suppress freedom of speech, and to destroy innocent Biafrans using the globalist agenda, which Finland is part of right now. That is what Finland is doing. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has not committed any crime. You put him away now, going to 3 months, because you partner with Nigerian state, a terrorist state that have very, very low score and record in human rights. Finland is now part of that. That is exactly what they are doing. How else could one explain holding our prime minister for almost 90 days without any...
We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on today's program, wherever you are joining from. I welcome you for participating on this today's program. Please like and share on your platform. Share the program to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you. It is very important that each time you join us on this program, you try as much as possible to invite someone to join you as well. Because we have the responsibility to spread this gospel to all parts of the world. I welcome everyone who has connected. Either you are watching us from TikTok, or you're watching from Facebook, or you're with me on the Biafra channel where I'm hosting the program on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that has connected, and I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of us. Today is Monday, and every one of us knows what Monday is. It's a special day. Therefore, I wish you a very happy and beautiful sit at home. Today is sit at home, as you all know. And for those who are coming across our platform for the very first time, or those who are going to come across this video for the very first time, this platform where we are passing this message is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the order and control of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the COS interim. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack persons or individuals. We do not come in this platform to attack any race or religion. We are not here for saga. All we do in this platform is to bring the plight of the Biafrans before the whole world, to tell the world what is going on in Biafran land, the truth and nothing but the truth, to reveal the atrocities of Nigeria against the Biafrans, to debunk every lie that has been told against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this platform, we set the record straight. We do not stand against any race or religion. Our main purpose here is to support freedom, regardless what you believe, regardless your orientation, regardless your race, regardless your location, and regardless your religion. As long as you are genuinely seeking for freedom, we will stand with you and will speak in one voice to demand freedom for all. That is what we are asking for. We are here to promote humanity, that humanity must be saved and respected, and people must have the right to air their opinion and share their views. That is why each time I come on this program every morning, for those who are following me live on David Harbour channel, you will see a link on the comment section. All you need to do is to click on that link and you come into the program and join me on the program. If you have a question, come on with your question. You have a contribution to make, come and make your contribution. You have an objection or you have a prayer to make, you are welcome. While you join us on this platform, if you are a Biafran, you have the right to use any Biafran language to speak so that your own audience will understand you. You are entitled to use any Biafran language to communicate in this platform. It is allowed. For any other person from any other place, you are entitled to join us, but you speak in a way that we will understand English. This platform is for all, and we have come once again. All we ask is that when you are joining us on this platform, please make sure you appear in a decent manner. Appear in a decent manner because the whole world is watching. The members of the cabinet are watching. Our Deputy Prime Minister is observing this very channel. Likewise, our Prime Minister. Whatever information you pass here is going to go very, very far. That is why I ask you that whenever you come on this platform to make a contribution, to ask a question, to make an objection, please do it in a very civil manner so that the people you are talking to will understand you. Present your case in a civil manner. As long as you present your case in a civil manner, I bet you whatever be your question will be addressed. It doesn't matter what the question is. We are not here to gag you. We will always direct you and give you the right answers. Those who don't have the answers, we are going to make sure that the answers is being provided by inquiries, and we call on those who will come and give you an answer, and that will be settled. My fellow Biafrans, I welcome everyone that have joined us. I thank you so much for spending your time with us every morning. May Chukwu continue to guide and protect every one of us. It is Monday, another day of the sit at home. Every one of us know what the sit at home is all about. The sit at home is every Monday. It's been going on for almost 4 years now. We've been sitting at home. We are sitting at home to demand the unconditional release of every Biafran political prisoner held by Nigerian government. More especially, our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his unconditional release. That is why we sit at home every Monday. We also sit at home to delegitimize the criminal government of Nigeria, the terrorist government of Nigeria, to show the world that the Nigerian government have lost legitimacy in Biafran territory. Everyone that is serving Nigerian government in any portfolio in Biafran territory have lost legitimacy. The Biafran people, we are on our own, and we will continue to pursue our freedom, and nobody's going to stop us from doing that. Wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwuebuka Biama to join us, do what you have to do, and continue to support the United States of Biafra. Every one of us know that the United States of Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November 2024. The United States of Biafra was redeclared after the self-referendum that was conducted, and more than 50 million Biafrans gave the mandate to the government to go ahead and make the declaration. Just as it was done in 1967, our eternal leader, Dim Odumugojugu, was given that mandate to go and declare Biafra. That same mandate was again received on the 29th of November 2024, and the Biafra was redeclared on that date, 29th of November 2024. From then, henceforth, we become a sovereign nation. So whatever forces that are not under the Biafran government that are occupying our land, they are occupying forces. And whatever happens to them, they will face the consequence of their actions. They were warned beforehand. The government of Biafra gave the warning and told everyone that is serving the Zoological Republic in Biafran territory should leave. More especially those in uniform who are representing the Zoological Republic bearing arms in Biafran territory. It is illegal. And once the Liberation Army gets hold of you, you will face the consequence of your actions. The warning was given not once, not twice, for months before the declaration was made. Today, the sovereign state of Biafra will not allow any occupying force or any foreign force to begin to exercise their strength in our territory. That is why every Monday, Biafra land is locked down against all the propaganda, blackmail, and the force and the lies of the government to push the people out against their will. The people have continued to hold on to their desire to be free. Wherever you are watching this program, it is important, whether you are home or abroad, to always remember this day, Monday. The whole world is watching. They are observing. It is another referendum that they see every Monday. They know and they now understand how prepared we are. Remember the word of Mazen Nandikano. He said, consistency is the key. We must continue to be consistent in our demand, be consistent in our actions, be consistent in our steps. It is almost 4 years or more we have been sitting at home every Monday. When we started, they came with all manner of propaganda and blackmail, and they said we cannot do it. They called us that we love money, we love our businesses, we love every other thing more than our freedom. They blackmail us to force us out, but no. Biafrans spoke out loudly and told the world what they want. They want to be free. Today, that language is becoming much more clearer than it has ever been. Freedom is all we ask. We are not asking for any resources. We are not asking for resource control. We are not asking for presidency. We are not asking for anything from the Nigerian government. All we ask for is our freedom. Complete independence from Nigeria. That is what we want. And that is all we can ask for. Whatever anybody is putting on the table on behalf of Biafran is there for himself. You are not speaking for Biafrans. Anything short of asking for total independence of Biafra, you are on your own. All we want is our total independence, and for everybody to be free, have access to whatever they desire in life, be able to grow in their own space at their own speed. That is all we are asking for. And as long as there is life, nobody is going to change us from that demand. Nobody is going to take our mind away from that request. Nobody is going to cajole us to walk away from our freedom. Our freedom works more than life itself. There is no life without freedom. That is what the Biafrans are displaying, and we will continue to display. Today being Monday, one of those days that the whole world is paying attention to Biafrans. Every Monday, all eyes on Biafrans to know what we have to do and what we have been doing. Even though the conventional media try as much as possible to push their propaganda and blackmail and make sure they do not cover what is going on, the international media do not pay attention. We thank Chukwu Okikabia for the social media. Every Monday, update comes, except you do not want to pay attention or listen or watch. You will continue to deceive yourself to believe otherwise. Today we are choosing a topic which says, obedience leads to true freedom. The more we obey revealed truth, the more we become liberated. Obedience leads to true freedom. The more we obey revealed truth, the more we become liberated. In Biafra restoration today, one of the things that is lacking is discipline. One of the things that is lacking in our restoration today is discipline. Disobedience to the constituted authority. And this is something that Biafrans have been poisoned with from Nigeria. This is something they have learned from Nigeria, a system that Nigerian government operates. Lack of respect to the rule of law. Disobedience. That is what the zoo is made up of. But we, the Biafran people, we are trying to create a nation where people will know what it takes to be obedient. People will get the fruit of obedience. Biafra will not be like the zoo. Because most of the Biafrans have been very long time in that contraption called Nigeria. Today, everything they do is in line with the attitude of the people of Nigeria. That is why disobedience has become the order of the day. Because in Nigeria, disobedience is one of the qualities you must have in Nigeria for you to be part of them. Every one of us as Biafrans, the time has come for us to know and understand that obedience is better than sacrifice. Before you will come out to preach to us what you have sacrificed, before we will come out and tell us what you have committed to the struggle, before you will come out to begin to exalt yourself and enumerate what you have put in or what you didn't put in, obedience first. You have to show us how obedient you are before you will talk about your sacrifice. Obedience is one of the greatest sacrifices you can make in the restoration of Biafra. Even when the decisions makes you uncomfortable, you obey because your government said so. And that is what is called patriotism. Everything is not going to sound well to you. Decisions are not going to favor everybody. Some decisions will not favor you. But remember, in democracy, the majority carries the vote. Remember, there are some people that has the mandate to steer the ship until we get to our destination. Obedience leads to true freedom. There is no way we can be talking about freedom and you see people displaying disobedience right, left, and center. Most of the things you are seeing today, the problems we are facing in the struggle to the middle, especially inside those that claim to be Biafrans, is disobedience. You must obey the constituted authority. It does not matter who is there, whether you are older than the person or younger, whether you are richer than the person or poorer, whether you are taller or shorter, whether you are a man or a woman. Anybody that is heading an institution must be obeyed. It is a must. It is not optional. It is not optional. That is why sometimes when things happen, I see people commenting out of emotion. They begin to comment out of their own personal emotion. It means you don't know what governance is. Neither do you understand what we are going through. If we must have our freedom, obedience is one of the things we must inculcate in our attitude every day. Very, very important. You do not obey people because you like them. You don't obey people because you love them. You don't obey people because they bribed you. You do not obey people because they called on you or forced you to do so. You obey people because they are the right people to be obeyed. They are the constituted authority. And the mandate is in their hand. The earlier we begin to understand this, the better. It is because we fail to understand the rule of law and how the authorities trickle down. That is why sometimes when you see certain videos or certain comments, you get disturbed. We must learn to obey the constituted authority. Today, we have a government, the United States of Biafra, as agreed by every single Biafran. Those of us who are in this very journey of the restoration of Biafra, full restoration, we have agreed long before now that Biafra is going to be restored. The processes and procedures were stipulated by our Prime Minister, Master Samaneva. Those who are in various authorities and power and levels of offices were put in place. Every one of us that is fighting for the restoration of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Master Samaneva government, understands this, that there is a rule to follow. We understand there is a structure. It is not hidden. This is not a structure that is known by only the members of the cabinet. It is a structure that is known by every human being on the planet Earth, including those who are not part of us. They know this structure. If an outsider will know the structure of the government, how much more you who is inside getting confused? If an outsider who is not part of the government knows the structure and could be able to key into the structure, begin to project information according to those who have been appointed, how much more you inside, pretending to be confused, causing confusion for yourself? In this platform, I have said it time and time again, we do not discuss people. Neither do we discuss our defense here. We don't. But sometimes when some wrong information comes in, we have to air our opinion and make a contribution towards that confusing and disturbing informations. The Liberation Army of Biafra is intact. The Liberation Army of Biafra is working with the government of Biafra. The United States of Biafra government under Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze is in charge of the Army of Biafra. If anybody tries to keep him or herself out of it, you are automatically telling Biafrans that you are not serving them. For whatever reason you have to be on your own and continue to do this on your own, go ahead. Go ahead and continue to do what you think is right for you. Abasi also, I go a mile. It is important for Biafrans to know that gun and bullets alone will not give you Biafra. In one of the speech of our Prime Minister, he said, at the end of the day, at the end of all these fights, it will end on a round table. Every one of us will sit on the round table and discuss Biafra and Nigeria. And for that to happen, a constituted authority will be met. A qualified authority, registered and legal, we go for such discussion. Every one of us know the level of understanding of people we have today in this struggle. Except you are deceiving yourself. Including those today who are in our military, in Biafran military. We know they are still lacking some professional trainings. We understand they are lacking so many. They have not gone through professional training. So that is why sometimes when they do certain things, the government tolerates it and keep on moving. Because they have not gotten the professional training they're supposed to have. If they have gotten those professional training, there are certain things that will not be tolerated by this government. There are a lot of things that the government cannot tolerate. But because we know that so many people who are in the Liberation Army today serving the government of Biafra have not gotten that professional training. So the government has to manage everybody until when we get there, when that professional training will be given to every single one of them to know what it takes to defend their country. But I expect most of them to understand that you cannot be bigger than the government. And most time, it is we, the Biafrans, that are making these people, individuals, feel that they are bigger than the government. That is why I have always talked about building a structure instead of building people. We end up advertising people and they begin to look so big than they are. They begin to claim what they are not. Sometimes we take glory that belongs to, that's the work that other people have worked, we take the glory and begin to give to these individuals. Some of them, because of what we just had, because of emotions, and this is always on the side of the men on the ground. We are running a government under the United States of Biafra government. The government's, whatever the government says is final. It is the government that takes the final decision. And if you do not obey the government, you're on your own. When we talk about obeying the government, you must obey anybody that is in charge of the government. Because she didn't appoint herself. She didn't place herself there. If you continue to disrespect the person in the aim of affairs chosen by Biafrans, you are at the same time fighting against Biafra. I'm saying this so that some of us, if you don't know, you begin to know now. Take, for example, when you come and you use a derogatory word on Deputy Prime Minister Dr. NgoziOrabueze, you think you are talking to her. You are not talking to her. You are talking to Biafrans. Whatever attack you bring against her, you are bringing that attack against Biafrans. It is not just against her. And the earlier we begin to understand these things and begin to do things right, the better for all of us. Every one of us on this platform saw the silly video that was circulated around. Most of us must see that video. But I'm not going to play the video on my platform. I won't. I don't exalt nonsense. I don't exalt nonsense. There are certain things I don't put my hands in. I saw the video, I listened to the video, and I see that it's not worth playing on my platform. I can't play that video. But I believe that most of you must have seen that video, where someone came out and was insulting the Deputy Prime Minister, insulting the Biafran people. What I see there is an insult to Biafrans. The way the person addressed the Deputy Prime Minister again and again, claiming to be who he is not. And all these are because Biafrans has given them those rights. Whatever he is using to boast is what the Biafran gave to him. Whoever you think he is, it is Biafra that made him who he is. The same way Biafrans have chosen our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, to be there, support her, to make sure she continues to steer the ship or to get her destination. That is the same way the Biafrans rallied around to provide for this individual on what to do and how to protect Biafra land. But he turns back to speak in a very disrespectful manner to Biafran people, making some frivolous accusations and lies. It is very sad. I believe that most of us have listened properly to that very video. And when you listen on your own, based on your judgment, don't follow what people are saying. I've always said it, that when you are listening, including my program, don't just believe what I say. After listening, place your own judgment. That's what I'm saying. If you have not watched that video, go and watch it. After watching, then place your own judgment. The accusations he was making there are based on hearsay, because he used the word if. When you are using that word if, it means you are not sure. You are not sure of what you're saying. And instead of you making inquiry at the appropriate authority through the defense, you came out and you are lashing disrespectful words to the Deputy Prime Minister and the Biafrans in general. It is sad. It is sad. Making some frivolous accusation. Every accusation he made against the Deputy Prime Minister on that program was exactly what the people he is supporting are doing. The people who has been on attack and disrespect from day one, from the moment Mazi Samanako was taken away from our list, has been these same people that this man is supporting. They were the ones that brought this very issue on the social media. They went to the extent of bringing them, making them to leave their responsibilities in the bushes. And they begin to come to social media to constitute nuisance, to spill lies, propaganda, and blackmail. And yet, when he was speaking on that very video, he tried to ignore their own idiocy. And he began to blame all those rubbish they have been doing against the Deputy Prime Minister. And when you listen to him and listen, you now see where he's coming from. But as I said, we know our enemies, but our warfare is against our enemies and the instruments they are using against us. Those instruments are in different colors. They are in different race. They are in different religions. They are everywhere. Once we identify you, we will give you the treatment you deserve. The United States of Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November 2024. As agreed and planned by the Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, that it will be declared. It has been done. And from there onwards, what we are to pursue is recognition. That is exactly what the government have been doing for 2-3 months now. And it's not just saying it, you can see by evidence. I'm not just coming here to promote the government to talk about. You see by evidence what they have been doing for these past 3 months. Go and check for yourself what they have done, what they have been put in place. Even in the midst of all the distractions, in the midst of all the propaganda and blackmail, they have never wavered, not even for a second. They continue to focus on that, which is the right thing to do. Delegitimization of Nigerian government and legitimization of Biafran government. But unfortunately, those who were in the meetings when this was discussed, that Nigerian government must be delegitimized and Biafra government legitimized, they are doing the opposite. They are doing the opposite. You can imagine Biafrans delegitimizing their own government and legitimizing the Zoo government. What do you think you are doing when you come online and you insult the Deputy Prime Minister, put in place by the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoko? The Deputy Prime Minister, the person you saw, made a declaration on the 29th of November, 2024. Signed documents for Biafra. Signed treaties. Signed relations with some other countries. And has continued from then to today to represent Biafra across the globe. And you come online, you speak against that very person. The person goes for a program, you go to that same program and you begin to antagonize her and speak ill of that person. And yet you claim that you are fighting for Biafra. Well, I don't know the Biafra you are fighting for. Maybe not the one we are fighting for. Just maybe. And it is better you begin to be clear. All these people that are running around, they better begin to be clear. Which Biafra are they fighting for? Is it the same that has been declared on the 29th or another? If it's another, we wish them good luck. But for those of us who know that Biafra has been declared and continue to stand on that declaration, we cannot pay attention to any other idiots except the government of Biafra under Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze today. Whatever misunderstanding you have, whatever thing you feel is your grudges, you keep it to yourself. Don't bring it to distract the Biafran people. Do not. It is either you are with Biafrans or you're not with the Biafrans. And no human being will come and claim to be more powerful than the Biafran people, no matter who you are. Whatever power you think you have today, it is the Biafran people that gave it to you. Simply because you have gun in your hand does not make you invisible. It doesn't. It doesn't. Many heroes have come and gone. Many heroes have come and gone. Aguirre, with all his invisibility, was killed. We have had strong men in Biafra land who are gone. Whatever strength you think you have today is because you are standing on the right path. Any day you begin to deviate, that your defense will be destroyed by Chukwu Kabema himself, and you lose. And then when you are gone, you begin to ask, or when you have been attacked, or when you lose your life, people will begin to question or begin to accuse who did this and who did that. Nobody did anything to you. It is you that sold yourself out. Any day you begin to walk against Biafra, the gods of the land will come after you. Whatever thing you think is your defense, whatever charm, whatever thing you think you are holding, that is your defense, will become useless. And I bet you, even the youngest person you don't believe will take you out. If you want to remain relevant and strong, you must be with the truth. Stand with the truth. And when I mean the truth, I mean truth without coercion. Truth without any ulterior motive. Because when you're talking about the truth, Chukwu Okukabyan will look at your motive. It is not just say, oh, I will speak the truth. I will say, what is in your mind? What truth are you trying to tell? About what? What are your intentions? Why are you saying what you're saying? We are not just going to believe you because you are saying it. We are going to digest it. We'll look into it to find out if truly you are truthful. You know what you are saying or not. My fellow Biafrans, obedience leads to true freedom. You cannot be disobedient and you are talking about freedom. And every one of us, when it comes to the restoration of Biafra today, under Mazi Simon Ekpa, we must be obedient to the authority, the government of Biafra, under Dr. Ngozi. Once you begin to show your disloyalty, you are gone. Insubordination will not be tolerated by any office or government. Insubordination cannot be tolerated by any office or government. It doesn't matter who you are. When you think you know it all or you are strong, just wait. Wait until when the time comes, you will see people who are stronger than you. Just like a story in the Bible. When one man was feeling that he's the only prophet in the land, lamenting that he is the only prophet in the land, there's no other prophet anywhere. Little did he know that there are thousands and thousands of prophets that have not yet been revealed. And that's what we see today. You see some people, simply because you find yourself in a position, you think you are the only one. It is happening in this very restoration of Biafra, including on my own department in media. Some people in media, because you have some audience, you just feel that you have arrived and you begin to speak out of point. You begin to want to take laws into your hand. In defense, simply because you felt you've been there for too long. And you felt because the government speaks to you, then you feel you have arrived. You can take your decision and do what you want to do, including harassing and threatening the government. You think you're the only one. Just wait until when the time comes. You will know there are thousands of people out there that are much, much better than you, much prepared than you are. Whichever position you find yourself today to serve Biafra, you must serve with humility. You must serve with humility. Humility to the cause of Biafran people, our freedom, not to hidden one being. When we talk about obedience or respect, it is not to, when you are doing that, you're not doing to Dr. NgoziOrabueze. Obedience to Biafran people, the Biafran cause. The reason I come here every morning is not because of any human being. I don't come here because it is because of myself. It is something that concerns me. It's for my own freedom. I don't come here to promote anybody, not for anybody. It is for my freedom. If I refuse to do it, there will be someone out there who will do it and even do it better. So since I have chosen this path, why don't I do it and do it with open heart and clear mind? Do not allow people to push you to things that you are going to regret in future. Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for me. Our enemies are having sleepless nights. They know that their days are numbered, and they are working tirelessly day and night to see that they truncate our freedom. They are using everything at their disposal to fight us, including our fellow Biafrans. They can come up to your own family. They can come through your wife or your husband or your friends. Mazin Nande kind of made mention of how many $1 billion that was mapped out to stop the restoration of Biafra. Some of you do not know how many countries of the world that the Biafran land is feeding. Some of you do not know how many countries on the planet Earth that Biafran land is feeding. And they will not let go. They will not let go. Even when we have told them that if it is oil, we are going to give you the oil. Take it and let us be. All we want is freedom to express ourselves, to explore, to grow in our own space at our own speed. Mazen Nandekano said is that we are not going to build our economy based on resources on the ground alone. We are going to build brain-based economy. Many countries of the world today who didn't have oil, but yet doing excellently well. Many countries of the world, developed countries, very, very rich, yet they don't have the oil. They don't have any resources on the ground. But what they render is services through their brain. Giving services, the highest thing, highest lucrative thing you can do, providing services. It's not just about resources on the ground. It's only lazy people that depend on resources on the ground. Natural resources alone. Lazy people. And those people, with the natural resources, they can never grow. Look at the countries that depend on natural resources. You cannot compare them with those of them who are working, providing services across the world based on their brains. You can't compare two of them. You can't compare it. Countries that only depends on their resources and those that provide services to the world, brain-based economy across the world. Go and check them. You can't compare. The brain-based economy is the best, and they are doing excellently well. With or without the resources. Look at the United States. United States have all the resources, mineral resources, but they don't depend on it. Their economy is still based on providing services across the world and based on their brains. In fact, their resources, they don't even touch it. They reserve it and preserve it for generations to come. But the resources in the zoo, they are rushing it to see that they take as much as they can to sell it out. The people that are even buying your resources in Nigeria have that same resources. Don't you ask yourself, why are they still living their own and they're buying yours? Many countries today that are buying your oil and gas or whatever, they have. Not that they don't have. They have. But they keep theirs and they buy from abroad. You ask yourself why? The atrocities of the zoo against us cannot be measured. This contraption that is created by the British is meant to keep every indigenous person lazy and stagnant. That is their project. The project of the British is to make sure that nobody grows in that very territory, in a place where they say they have the largest population of Africans, the most populated African country, Nigeria. And yet, it is the poorest. Nothing is moving. The most populated African country, yet they cannot feed themselves. They can't feed themselves. The most populated African country, yet they cannot provide security for themselves. What is the advantage of being the most populated African country? You know, some of them, when they say it with their head up, and I'll be wondering, what is the advantage of being the most populated African country? when you had the USSR, Russia. You cannot compare the USSR then and now in terms of development. Many countries that broke away from USSR today are doing excellently well. They are all doing excellently well developed. And Russia itself, even as at now, is in a better shape more than it was then. In a better shape now more than it was then. They broke into pieces, more especially dividing themselves according to their value system. Go and check. Every country that have divided themselves according to their value system, they are doing very well, competing to the highest level. Look at Pakistan and India. Pakistan and India, they are doing very well, competing on the highest level, on everything, both nuclear, economy, and all. Name it. Healthy competition between Pakistan and India. And when you get into the place, you see development. You see how far they have gone, which was to be impossible if they were together, because there will be distraction. They will not have one focus. They will continue to talk about my tribe, my religion, my religion. And while they are busy talking about tribe and religion, other people are growing. The same thing happened in Malaysia. Singapore went out on their own ways. Singapore, as you know, is mostly Chinese, and you have the Malays in Malaysia. They part ways, and both of them today are progressing, competing on the highest level. Name it. In any level, they are on a healthy competition, still associating and doing things together. Both citizens working on both sides. Why is it difficult for Nigeria to apply a system that works? There are numerous examples everywhere. Asia, America, Europe. There are examples everywhere where people are divided according to their value system. But in that contraption called Nigeria, they continue to tell you that it is mandatory that your so-called empty country is indivisible. And one of the greatest lies is when they come and tell you that diversity is your diversity is your strength. What a lie. It is very easy for Nigerians to cram an English. Nigerian government, they cram an English, and before you know it, they begin to push it around. And people, some of the ignorant will believe them. That diversity is strength. The diversity in Nigeria is destruction. It is never a strength. The kind of diversity you have in Nigeria will never be a strength, have never been a strength for them. What you have is destructive diversity. The diversity you have in Nigeria is the cause of death you are seeing today. Indigenous people, more especially Christians, being murdered on a daily basis. It is because of that diversity. Nigeria is a place where the Christians are most endangered. I think number 4 in the world as we speak. Number 4 in the world where Christians have been persecuted. And the same people will come and tell you that diversity is their strength. Go to the northern part of Nigeria and see what is happening. The terrorists have taken over some areas. Yet, they will come and tell you that diversity is your strength. Go and see what is happening in Middle Belt today. The atrocities that the Fulanis are committing in Middle Belt. Yet, they will come and tell you that diversity is your strength. Go to the southwest and see the evil diversity is causing there. You go to the southeast, you see the hatred, the atrocity that diversity is causing, the loss of life that diversity is causing in the southeast. And yet, somebody will come and tell you that diversity is their strength, and you believe them. You believe them. It is sad. The worst thing that has happened to Nigeria is diversity. Putting people that have diverse value together. People that don't have anything in common. That is the greatest crime. Crime against humanity. That is what the British committed in Nigeria. crime against humanity. And not that they know very well, not that they didn't know. Because those you call your founding father warned them. Those you call their founding father warned them and told them that they are not one and they cannot be one. And yet they didn't listen. They did not listen. They went ahead and continued to force people to be together. There is nothing you can do in the Zoological Republic today to make it progress. Nothing. But I bet you, disintegrate that country and divide it, you will see progress. You will see progress in the north. You will see progress in the middle belt. You will see progress in the southwest. And you will see progress in the southeast, the Biafra land. Every region will progress on their own. Why is it difficult for them to accept, to allow people to be on their own? Countries are created based on people that have the same value system. History has shown us that every country that was created with people that do not have value system do not grow until they break up and go back among those who have their same value system. That is what history shows. There are examples across the world. So why is it that when we demand for this system that will work for everybody, this system that will save life, a system that will bring good economy, why is it that they term us terrorists? Because we are asking for that system that will make everybody to have independence, grow in their own space, at their own speed, succeed and prosper, respect each other. Why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult for them to understand this? All we're asking is that everybody should grow in their own space, at their own speed. How is it difficult for somebody to understand? Today, the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekan, has been incarcerated for more than 4 years, going to 5 years now. Going to 5 years, Mazen Nandekan has been incarcerated under solitary confinement after kidnapping him all the way from Kenya. Illegally kidnapping him. He passed through the whole system and they pronounced him innocent. The United Nations weighed in and told them to release Mazen Nandekan and give 6 months. They refused. What was done? Nothing was done. They continue to hold Mazen Nandekan against his will, even when their court have said that he is innocent. That you cannot stand on illegality and begin to talk about legality. His kidnap alone have ended his case. But Nigerian government continue to hold him. As if that is not enough. The 1 million years lies, the $1 million lies they've been telling all this while against the Biafrans, the Igbo Biafrans to be precise. The $1 million lies they've been telling, which was what even originated the case of Mazen Nandekan. It is that lie that the truth have come out today. The lie of this 1966 coup was what brought the war. It is what brought the hatred, intimidation, and atrocities that led to Mazen Nandekano's action. Even after the truth has come out, yet they continue to hold Mazen Nandekan. Even when the Northerners have confessed, they continue to hold Mazen Nandekan. And you tell me it's ordinary. We are going to fight. We will fight for our freedom. We will. If you are there, a Biafra, and you think it's a joke, it's up to you. But I tell you, we are going to fight and we will fight it out for our freedom. We must fight for our freedom because it's not a joke. And the most painful thing is that the atrocity is so much that they have been able to penetrate among us. We no longer have people we can trust and call leaders. Neither do we have people who will represent us in the zoo. None. No representative. Not even the traditional group that was formed. Johannes Endo Hinandama that was formed. How can you imagine that after such heavy allegation that took millions of lives, that destroyed an entire ethnic group. The only thing that the so-called Ohanese Ndo Hinadama could ask is to begin to ask for compensation. Asking for compensation, I asked them, compensate you for what? They were not even bold to ask, demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu first. Forcing, release this man, because it is the genesis of his problem started from this lie that you told. It is this lie that you told that created the chaos, that led to the persecution that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is speaking against up to today. And after that confession, what the Ohanese Ndo could say is give them money. They are talking about money. How much does the life of a Biafran worth to these people? How much does the life of a Biafran worth to these idiots? People who are ready to give up their life for money. And they came out and they were demanding for apology and compensation, monetary compensation. And they were mentioning trillions. And they thought that when they say it, oh, we will clap for them. Only idiots will buy into that nonsense. Only fools like them will hear those kind of nonsense and pay attention to it. Because we know they don't mean well. They have never meant well at any point in time. Every one of us as Biafrans must prepare. Today is Monday. Every Monday should remind you one thing. Every Monday should remind you one thing. That we are not supposed to be part of Nigeria. We are not, and we will never be. Every Monday we remind you that you are now a Biafran. Every Monday should remind everybody that you must be loyal to your own nation, Biafra. It is Biafra first. Just like Trump is putting America first. Put Biafra first in anything. Whatever discussion, whatever negotiation that doesn't put Biafra first, get out of it. Get out of it. It is Biafra first. Every Monday should remind you that you must be obedient to the United States of Biafra. Every Monday should remind you that you must be loyal to the United States of Biafra. That is where your loyalty lies. Every other thing is secondary. It is Biafra first. Any discussion, any arrangement, any plan that does not include the United States of Biafra as a sovereign state, pull out of it. Get out of it. It's not going to do you anywhere. It's not going to do you any good. Get out of it. The earlier you do, the better for you. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter their propaganda and their blackmail. You must not get distracted. As I said before, your loyalty should be to the United States of Biafra, not to an individual. It doesn't matter how powerful the person thinks he is. It doesn't matter whether man, woman, male, female, poor, rich, on the ground or out of the ground. Your loyalty is to the United States of Biafra. And the United States of Biafra have a structure. When you mention United States of Biafra today, anywhere in the world know whom to talk to. When you mention United States of Biafra today, to any office, to United Nations, anywhere, they know where to go. If the people outside will know whom to follow, how much more you that is inside, you don't know whom to follow. It means you are deceiving yourself. It means you are part of the problem. Even if you didn't know before, because you have never been following, from the informations outside today, when you see the way the world reports the United States of Biafra, few of them that report, they know who is in charge and who is there. So why are you confused? You're only confused because of your envy, jealousy, and greed, because of what you will eat. Biafra is not anybody's business. It is our business. It is our collective business, not a one person's business. And nobody can come and threaten Biafrans. You can't. Because that thing you think you are doing There are thousands of people that can do it 100 times, 1,000 times more than you can. That thing you think you are doing, nobody. There are people who can do it better. Just wait for the time to come. You will see people who can do it better than you. Just like the example I gave. The example I gave, a prophet who was claiming that he's the only prophet in the land. In the Bible, some of us who are Christians, you will know the story.
That's Elijah.
Thank you, my brother. Elijah. He thought he's the only prophet in the land. Claiming he's the only prophet there. But when he was told that when they open your eye and you see there are thousands everywhere that have not yet come up to speak or talk. That is what we see today in Biafra. So you see some people, simply because you are placed in a position, you feel, oh, without you, we can't move forward. In all the departments, they are there. People who feel that they are the Alpha and Omega. That once they are not there, it's not going to work. You are a liar. You are deceiving yourself. Once you step up, people who, even you are a hindrance self. Your being there is, you are blocking people who can do it better. Your being there, you are blocking people that can do it excellently well, more than you can. Just wait. Just wait until you step out. Then you realize that there are people who can do it better than you. It's just like in the Bible where Chukwuka said that if you do not want to worship me, I will raise stone. And I saw a video that somebody made based on that very comment. Somebody was confessing that that word is powerful. It is not just as we see it. It is the truth. Except you don't believe in Chukwuka. Somebody was confessing that he has been hearing about that word, but he didn't believe what he did. But unfortunately for him, that word came to life in his presence, in his own church where he's worshiping. What happened? He is one of the instrumentalists, people that play instrument in the church. So as you know, them, most of them can be very proud that without them, if they don't play these instruments, church will not hold. If they don't play instruments, the service is not going to be sweet. That is what most of them believe. Unfortunately, as they always come late, they came late that day and the pastor suspended every one of them. Don't play for us. Today, there will be no playing of instruments. We are going to worship originally the way we worshiped before. And the service continued. And this guy was confessing that that very service that day was the day there was a move of the Holy Spirit more than anywhere, any service they ever held before. Now the people were moved and happy. People were moved and happy. People felt the presence of God that day more than even he himself. Even he's where he was wondering how manage. And he was confessing. Online, I saw the video where he was confessing that people should not be taking advantage of the position they have. If you can't do it, there are people who will do it 1,000 times better than you are. You staying there yourself is a hindrance. You are blocking people if you don't know. You are blocking the best people to come on board. So don't think you are the best. We are all important. Whatever opportunity you have to serve, please serve and give your all. In obedience. In obedience. The more we obey revealed truth. Revealed truth. Those truth, based on that truth, obey the revealed truth. The more we become liberated. You cannot be liberated in disobedience. You cannot be liberated in insubordination. You cannot be insubordinate to the government simply because you have a gun in your hand and you think you have arrived. You have not. You have not. You're only breaking your own boundaries. You're only breaking your own pillars of protection. And when you break that pillars of protection, tomorrow you will begin to say somebody did to you. Nobody did you anything. You did it by yourself. Chukwuka left you. When that pride came into you, and Chukwuka removed the boundary, the pillars he put around you, remove that security around you. That thing he placed you think that it is your charm in your waist or whatever that's guarding you. You think it's that thing, your charm. Which charm do you have? We have had strong men. Agu Ironsi was murdered in cold blood. Go and read his story, who he is and how he prepared himself. I hope we learn our lesson and begin to forge ahead and do what we are supposed to do. Yeah, welcome, my beloved brother Greg. Please go ahead, my brother Greg, and speak to us. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Good morning again today, 3rd of March, as we thank God for His mercy, as we march on the new month. We pray for new ideas and new success. We pray for breakthroughs and His favor in this month of March, that God will open doors for the Biafran government. We open doors for all our men on the ground. We protect them and give them more wisdom and boldness to fight their enemies. And open doors in every part of the world as our negotiating teams are moving around. May the Spirit of God lead them. Open doors for Biafra, that people will accept us and embrace us as a new nation. And give us the wisdom to do the things we're supposed to do to make the Biafra to be actualized. So this we ask this morning through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
So thank you, my brother. You know, when we talk or when we think, why has Biafra been so difficult? I always say Biafra is not difficult. We, the Biafrans themselves, make Biafra actualization to be difficult. Our problem are not the Fulanis. Our problem are not the Yorubas. Our problems are the Igbos. So, but there is no way you can come out to fight for Biafran and you start having self-praise. Anytime you look back and you start thinking about yourself, if not me, I am this, I am that, you know you are too far from what is on the ground. You know you are too far from what is coming. Because anytime you think about what you have been contributing and boast about what you have been contributing, honestly, the spirit is no more there. Because any person that's having a long journey, if you are traveling and you have a very long journey, and the journey that is about 1,000 miles, you travel about 350, you start looking back, hey, I have gone 350, oh, I'm so good, I'm so that. When you have not, you still having about almost 650 miles on the front. So you should know that you have not started, honestly. So you don't need to boast for what you have contributed or boast for anything where you have not come near to the point you are getting to. So that is my problem with our people. You know, when yesterday we were on the space, we were discussing about the video one of our commander made, which was absolutely wrong and a lie. I don't know where he got his information. I understand his life in person is in danger because the Igbo government placed a 35 million naira on his head, which the criminal in South Africa, Ikengo is propagating, asking people to give them information on how they can get gentle. But there's a way to go about it. That is when we'll talk about that obedience and discipline. You have somebody who is ahead of you. You are a commander in the area, in the people you are conducting, but you have overall commander which you have to call attention to that person for him to bring it to the government to ask what is happening. This is what I heard. Is that true? Then if it is what the commander will clear you, if it's not what he will clear you, he have to come up to the general authority and the matter will be resolved. And not showing the whole world that we are very indisciplined. Not showing the whole world that we cannot even rule ourselves. And when you bring that matter to the public like that, coming to the television, to the internet, coming to the screen that the whole world will see, making that kind of broadcast, you are giving the enemies more information, not even talking about the Biafra agitators, but those people who are looking for you. So you don't make such a broadcast. You go on the ground, everything you have to do, you do it on the ground. They will not even know that you are aware of, and you're working for your protection and against all their plans. Not they come into this person, they say this, the caterpillar or no caterpillar, you are more than caterpillar. So this is where we have to apply discipline and wisdom. It's not you coming to tell the government if you are working with this person, if you're not working with this person, if you are doing that, if you're not doing that. That shows amateur, indiscipline, and disobedience. And when you are looking for respect, if you want those commanders that's around you to obey you, you must obey your supreme as well.
Exactly.
You cannot jump on top of Eze and become Eze. It's not possible. What I mean in another land, it doesn't happen in Igbo land. And if when it happens in Igbo land, it doesn't last. It cannot last. Because our people, these are the things we call Omenala. When you just go and bring charm and do those rubbish and all those okay, then it becomes Omenala. No. Those are witchcraft. They are not Omenala of the Igbo people. And so our people must learn how to behave, how to conduct themselves, how to be disciplined and obedient. So that is one thing we must learn. And not much you see yourself as without me, nothing will happen. Just as you were talking about the Elijah in the Bible. When Jezebel want to kill Elijah, after the challenge, let us choose the God we worship. And Elijah, God gave him the power. He massacred 400 and something fake prophets. He killed them. Then the Ahab, the husband to Jezebel, when Jezebel came back, the Ahab, the husband, tell him what happened. That Elijah had massacred 400 and something fake prophets. And those are the prophets, those are the witchcraft that are making chance for Jezebel. He went on she was mad. He said, we kill Elijah, we do this. Elijah started running because he was expecting that the whole people will come out and fight for him and as a prophet, as a good man. So because nobody come out, he condemned everybody and said he is the only person that is remaining. The rest people have joined the Ahab and their evil people. He was running as where he was complaining and complaining. God tell him, no. He's telling him, I have more than 1,000 or something, or 2,000, whatever thousands, that have not defined themselves with this Jezebel and all those idol worship. You cannot make yourself as the only righteous person. There are thousands that you don't know that are there. That if you are not there today, you will see that somebody who is more dangerous than you will come out.
Exactly.
It's only God that made person. Nobody made himself. So it's God who gives people chance in any position they are in life. And that is why I have problem with the so-called Okenkere. So I still doubt it. I still have doubt that he was at all a true freedom fighter. I continue having that doubt. Anything in my mind will tell me, no, I cannot accept that this man that said he won Biafra, and you want with our PM for this why. Simon Ekpa started working with Nnamdi Kanu from 2020, I can say, because he joined in 2019. He was doing his private podcast before Nnamdi Kanu noticed him and called him in. You see, and they started working. So from 2019 to 2020, Nnamdi Kanu have seen something he have not seen in thousands of people or millions of people who have been working with him. There is something he noticed on this man. He hijacked and picked me immediately. And other people were jealous about him. At the point when he wanted to make him his second, all of them rejected it, which his so-called in-law confessed. Many of them confessed that they said that they were the person who stopped Nnamdi Kanu from making him his second. You see? So there is something he saw in that man, and that is exactly what he's looking for. And many of them gang up against him, and there is not even care. Simon Ekpa continue doing what he is doing, and this man is saying he had been following him. At the time, Simon Ekpa brought him closer and gave him a position as a finance minister. And with the little film or video that we saw, I conclude within me that he was not real. For now, very little clips they show that time. For me, I see that the man was not real. Because if this man was real, on that I'm joking about the clips. If the man was real, when somebody posted something on their forum which was not correct, which will raise a lot of concern, with Akbarawa, and the Prime Minister asked him question, don't you think that what this man did was not good? He didn't want to answer that question correct. He said, my Prime Minister, when you say that it was not good, that means it was not good. So he doesn't want to show that he have his own self-judgment because he doesn't want to be honest. He doesn't want to give the Prime Minister the honest part of the judgment or say, so, no, my Prime Minister, I don't believe that what Akbarawa did was not correct because of so. This was my reason. He didn't do it. From that place, I know that man is a criminal. He's not. He can kill the Prime Minister and he can kill many people. You know, we always have to say things the way it's supposed to be. And he started dangling. If you say it's not correct, it's not correct. You are my Prime Minister. That shows me that the man is not correct.
Not sincere.
He's not a sincere person. So if the Prime Minister was wrong, he would have told him, no, my Prime Minister, Akbarawa did this thing. I believe this was the reason. And if he had done it like this, then the Prime Minister will come at a point of understanding with you. Or you can say, no, what Akbarawa did was wrong because he was not supposed to do it. This is the consequence. This is the consequences. That is how a true person will judge something, and you will know that that person is correct. From that place, I know that that man is evil. From that point, I know he's not correct. And any man on the ground that watched that very clip and you're on the side of so-called Nkere, I know you have not come to fight for freedom. You are there for something we don't know. I'm telling you the fact. And if you follow Nkere, he will kill you. Because if he had opportunity, because he cannot tell the Prime Minister the truth, that means he cannot tell you the truth. You, the man on the ground. He will lead you to death. So, the man is not real. And I want to give you another instance again. In this last 2 weeks, when they declare sit at home, they went and declared sit at home for 3 days. From 13th or the 9th or whatever. They said they want to declare Thursday, Friday, Saturday or whatever. There were 2 more days sit at home. I was expecting Nkere, who said he is the acting Prime Minister, to come out and bring his picture and take the responsibility of declaring sit at home for 3 days. As a commander-in-chief that he put himself. But he not do, but he shifted to Buduzo because he know that Buduzo, nobody knows who Buduzo is. So he doesn't want to show his picture and take responsibility of what he want to declare. That should show the man is evil. And they think that we are not watching. They use Roy's son and say Buduzo declare sit at home. And the Buduzo must always be clever. Think, who is this man? The gentle that is that talking about you must think. And so, who is this man? When someone up and declare sit at home, you come out and say, Monday will be sit at home. He take responsibility and he stand on it. But this man want to profit where he did not trade. He doesn't want to take responsibility, and he wants to be the man in command. He only wants to snatch the government out and make sure that the agitation died. The same thing the DOS did. Okay, now we are getting to 5 years when they arrested Nnamdi Kanu. Had it mean we did what DOS said, stop sit at home, stop protest, don't do this, don't do this. Everything concerning agitation must have died by now.
Why?
Nobody will be talking about
there's nothing they are presenting up to today.
The Biafra must have died totally. And the same tactics they used in coming in when Simon Ekpan was picked up or arrested or invited. They say, no declaration, nobody is worthy to declare Biafra. It is all, they always use Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpan to present their evil intent. Nobody is worthy. It's only Nnamdi Kanu that is worthy to declare Biafra or Simon Ekpan. We must wait until these people come out. Because they doesn't want to take responsibility, because they want to use that opportunity to steal this Biafra agitation and the peace freedom fighting. They want to steal it indirectly. That is the tactics they come with. And when this woman said, no, we will declare this Biafra, whether as long as majority have carried the vote, we will declare the Biafra. And she went ahead and declared it. They get loose. All the money they collected, they cannot vomit it again. What they do is they went home and do their mathematics. We have to use men on the ground. We have finance. We have media. We have all the things. Let us hijack all those things so that this woman will not have access to anything. He will not have nothing to work with. That's what they did. But they don't know that they are not God. So when they see they failed with all those things, they were looking for where to grab anything they want. So that's why I say, what made them to go to Gentle now is it can be two things. Either they want to kill this guy to know his position, where he stands, or they want to use him to make sure they stand. If Gentle have not saw his hand, or if he has saw his hand, they want to use him to stop fundraising. That when Gentle come and attack DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, they say, oh, even the men on ground is not even with him. Gentle is not even with him. And so that why people have to go to Kere. It's in Kere and the, what do you call him? Success that are the real, that they are with the men on the ground. That is the impression they want to create to give to the world, to the Biafrans. But they failed. Biafrans have taken their grant, just as they took their grant during the time of Simon Ekpa. We know where they are going, and they will not succeed. So that's why we are sending this our message to our brother Gentle. The earlier he look back, and I will tell him from this moment, let him always look his left, his right, his front and back. Let him look up and down in all his surrendering. Because if they try you with this, they will try you with the other one. Be careful with these people. They are not angel. Act with your brain and be humble. Don't lift yourself too much high. At least they will bring you down. That's my advice to him. Let him think and be extremely careful with those people he think they are this or they are that. Those people are not real. They are not what they think. Or they are not what you think. I don't know what they present to the people. Their aim is to hijack the agitation and make sure that this effort die completely. Nobody will come out and tell you. Okay, I saw about 2 or 3 days ago where they make He can go back. Somebody takes a screenshot of his what do you call it? Of his tweet or whatever. Where there's somebody talk about IPOB, so he called him IPOB. He said nobody should call him IPOB, that he's not IPOB. That IPOB, how can somebody call him IPOB? IPOB is a terrorist organization. That he is a member of DOS with Chinas and Wood and him, and that he is not IPOB. That means they are now no more IPOB. What they are now is they have their DOS. That DOS is their name, not IPOB. That IPOB is terrorist organization.
Who is that one? Who was saying that?
The one in South Africa.
Okay. That's the kind of funny people we have. Just imagine the kind of funny people we have.
So that means for you to understand, somebody who come out and say he didn't know that Hope Uzodinma is a very good person and a very good governor. If I'm a very good man, so a very good governor. He is now working. Somebody who said that he will sabotage any person who is fighting against the Nigerian military. So what else do you want? Because he fight to hijack the struggle, they couldn't get it. Now they turn against the IPOB. Now these ones are fighting against the Biafra government now. When he did not succeed, he will look for a way to paint a government, because they are now helping the government to push IPOB as a terrorist organization. And that is what these people are doing now. You see what they are doing. Every day they tell you this person is a bag, he's killing people, posting fake news against DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, trying to paint him as a terrorist. And these are the people that have worked with Simon Ekpa. And what do you think they are doing? They are doing the same work for the Nigerian government, who want to get an excuse to something that will make Biafra not to come. So, my brother, sometimes I can't understand our people. So there is no way we can achieve Biafra without discipline. There's no way we can achieve Biafra without obedience and honest. There's no way we can achieve Biafra without somebody understanding what he is, why he has sacrificed his life, and he sacrificed his money, sacrificed his time and everything. You sacrifice everything you have, and when you come out, you cannot be honest about it. It is just something I cannot believe. So the Biafrans all over the world, wake up, walk in the light, don't be in the darkness. Never follow those people. Gentle the Yahoo, Biafrans love you. Turn 360 degrees from those where you're going. Save your life from those people. They are not real. If you believe, fine. If you don't believe, that is your own concern. But your life, we are concerned for your life, because even the so-called all those saboteurs will love their life. We don't want them to die. That's why when you come to this government, nobody is cursing his brother, say you curse your generation. Have you seen Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze curse any Biafrans? Curse his generation, curse his children and his mother and his father. Have you seen anybody in this government do those things? No, because they know what they are fighting for, because they know where they're going. It is only those people who don't even understand what they're doing are cursing his brother and his sister's generation and life, or wishing them dead. Anybody that honest with what he's doing can never curse any Biafrans, except the one that curses himself. That is it. So that is my courage. So let me wait for a while to hear a little bit from you, Brother Choose. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have spoken very well. And there is a post I saw. I'm not sure, because I don't really pay attention to all these people because of their propaganda lies. I know they don't exist, and I don't have anything to do with it. I saw a post where they were. I just remember this when you were talking about these IPOB people that said they will not IPOB anymore. I saw a post where they put the picture of that one they call Metusela. The other one they call Usoji and Chalugo. They say they are no longer members of IPOB.
I didn't see that one, but maybe it is the same thing.
I saw the picture. They say they are no longer part of IPOB. That they are not part of IPOB anymore. when you see these people, you begin to see these are the people that people are following. You know, they are talking and people are listening to them. They are following them.
That is the same thing they want to drag us back.
They are already denying their identity.
Yes.
The indigenous
people, they want to do.
They have already deserted Mazin Nandekano. Every one of them, they have deserted Mazin Nandekano. Mazin Nandekano is just on his own.
On his own.
You see?
Yeah.
They have deserted him. It is so sad. That is why when we see certain things and we are talking about it, people don't understand. Just like this man, this guy that is coming out to make that useless video that he's making. And when you listen to the video, every single accusation there are false. False accusation on that video. And how can you say you are working in defense and you're using that word? If. That means you're not sure. Since you're not sure, why don't you go to the right authority and ask them questions privately? And you came again, you're telling the government not to disturb the other one that have double name and his group. Nobody have their time. They have been the one attacking the government from day one. They have been the one disturbing. If there is anybody that needs to be warned, they are the one that have to be warned to stay away from the government of Biafra. Stay away from our deputy prime minister. They are the one that's supposed to be warned because they have been the one that go and you will never see any video where she's attacking them or talking anything about. They are the ones. Every time she comes out, it's just to come and debunk their lies. When she mentioned them, it's to come and set records straight. But their own is they are just busy, whatever she goes. Even when she goes to represent Biafra on international outings and whatever, they will come to the platform and they begin to talk rubbish. That's how bad it is. And I pity
and they will do whatever they do. She never spoke one word against them.
Spoke one word. She has even made her brokers and said that if you want to follow them, go and follow them. We have freedom of association. If you want to follow them, but don't use things that have to do with the government and begin to play with it or begin to add it to what they are doing. Follow them. They don't understand it. And one of the great mistakes that guy is making that, some of them, they say Biafra is a spirit, Biafra is a spirit, but they don't know what it means to say Biafra is a spirit. Many of us say it. We don't know what it means to say Biafra is a spirit. We confess it, we sing it like song, like music, but none of us know what it means. Any day you turn against Biafra, the spirit will leave you. And when the spirit leaves you, it doesn't matter how important you think you are gone and you are gone forever.
Yeah.
It does not matter how important, if you be, let it be that you are the one that is going to bring the Biafra and you disobey that spirit. Once that spirit leaves you that day, the Biafrans will turn their back on you. Immediately, it doesn't last long. It has happened time and time again. You saw Uchemefo. Uchemefo was a very faithful person in Biafra issue. He held a struggle in the absence of Mazen Nandekano for how many years until he came out? Uchemefo was everywhere. You can't mention it. You can't mention Biafra then without Uchemefo. But when he began to go against the authority, he began to go against the spirit of Biafra. He began to question Biafra. What happened? What happened to him?
He fell aside.
He disappeared. If they tell you that somebody like Uchemefo is still online today talking, will you believe it?
Yeah.
This is somebody who was on Radio Biafra. 247. He's always there talking. If they tell you that kind of a person can disappear, will you believe it? You won't believe it.
And when he left, it's like that will not more carry on. How?
Of course. It seems as if that I don't know. Some people believe that when he goes, people will go with him. But when he it's even Mazen Nandekano didn't respond to him. He just melted like ice and disappeared. And that is it. Even in this time of Mazen Nandekano, many people have also come and gone. Many people have come, make their noise. And when they thought they were so important, they thought that, they are in front, they are so important. Without them, so when they left, people that are much resilient and better than them began to come. And that is how it is. The greatest mistake you will make today is to say, without you, something is not going to be done. You're a joker. You're a joker. And once you begin to take that direction, look at your fall. And our people don't learn. They will come to their platform, they say, Biafra is a spirit, but you don't know what it means. In any department you are, whether in the media, in the defense, in any department, in administration, and you begin to feel that you're on top of the world, that without you, nothing will be done. Immediately, that spirit will leave you. Let us see what you can do with your own power on your own. And once that spirit leaves you, you are gone. You become history. There is no mequatarism. There is nothing you can do to try to forge it. No, you are gone, and you're gone for good. Every Biafran, we have to stand up and know that we have a very serious enemy before us. The atrocities of Nigerian government cannot be addressed properly until we continue to be together, be obedient to the authority of the United States of Biafra, continue to support each other and promote each other. Focus on that your own area of specialization. That thing you know how to do best. Continue to do it. If you're one of those who is very good in sharing information, you see information that has to do with the Biafra government, share it and make it go viral. If you are the one that Chukwu have blessed financially, continue to support everything that has to do with the Biafra through the government. Support financially. If your own one is prayer, continue to pray for Biafra. Leave other aspects. If you're in administration, focus on that your own department. Administer your own department very, very well, excellently to the best of your knowledge. Let the remaining part be. You cannot be jack of all trades. You are here, you are in communication, you are in defense, you are in this one, you are in this one. At the end of the day, you end up causing confusion. Why we have an enemy that we're supposed to focus on. The atrocities against us is still increasing as it is today. More are still happening. And this thing did not start yesterday. Since 1945, they have been killing us. Nobody speaks for us. We have not gone against them. We have not taken vengeance. But this time around, in 21st century, in 2025, we cannot remain the same way we have been before. It is time for us to wake up and fight this battle, fight it to the highest level. Today, I want to share another video. We are going to listen to this video. One of the videos that I also extracted from Okuta panel. We are going to see the atrocities of Nigerians against us and how far it has gone. These things are in the public domain. It is not a secret, but some of us ignore it. The government also ignore it. And these are reasons why we must, it is a must that we must go our separate ways, no matter what they do. And we have already started the journey. Biafra has been redeclared. And all we are doing today is to move ahead and make sure that the full restoration is done and recognition is delivered. Let us watch this video and hear what it has.
The original petition you filed before this Honorable Commission.
Yes, it is. This petition was dated 30th June 1999 and addressed to Chairman / Secretary National Human Rights Abuses and Violation Investigation Panel, Abuja.
Here's a copy. Exhibit 1.
Protest against the extrajudicial murder of 6 Igbo traders at Kaduna on 6th February 1996. I wish to protest vehemently to your panel against the extrajudicial killing on 6th February 1996 of 6 Igbo traders at Pantika Market, Kaduna, by the Kaduna State Police Command on false and malicious allegation that we are armed robbery suspects trying to escape from lawful custody. The men were not armed robbers, neither were they trying to escape from any custody. The victims were genuine traders trading on the same line in Pantika Market, Kaduna. Files of the mystery of death were as follows. Names of victims: 1. Mr. Samuel Okong, age 40 years, married with 5 children. He was an indigenous of Manandiag in the local government area of Enugu State. Lived at number Q4 Rock Road, Tudunpawa, Kaduna. His office shop were at number 886-8870 Pantika Market, Kaduna, where he sold scrap metals. The wife was pregnant at the time he was killed. The police withdrew 188,600 from his savings account at Citizen Bank, Kano, and removed billions of naira from his office on the day of his arrest, being 31st January 1996. Police also went to his residence and raided the place, removing telephone sets, rug carpets, standing mirror, documents of title to land, TV sets, video and remote, refrigerator, shirts, wall clock, took him captive to Kano and withdrew all substantial amount from his current account with Citizen Bank Limited, Kano branch, leaving only 4,000 in the account. 2. Mr. Patrick Ebu, he was aged 45 years, married with 5 children. He was an indigenous of Umanandiag in the local government area of Enugu State. He lived at number 2 Hilltop Avenue, Badarawa New Extension, Kaduna. His office shop was at number 8830 Pantika Market, Kaduna. Police also raided his shop, removing all vital property and 500,000 naira cash. Mr. Joseph Okafor, he was aged 35 years, married with 2 children, and also an indigenous of Umanandiag in the local government area of Enugu State. He lived at Kawo Road, Nupawa, Kaduna, and his office shop at number 786 Old Pantika Market, Kaduna. On the morning of that day of the arrest, he came back from business trip from Onitsha with a bank draft from Bright Street branch of Bank of the North, Onitsha, and carried the same amount from Bank of the North, Kaduna on 31st January 1996. This amount of money was taken from him by the police from Angwa Sanusi police station, along with his executive traveling bag. His traveling ticket for that day was also shown to the police that he was away from Kaduna when the alleged robbery took place. Number 4, Mr. Celestine Okolo, he was aged 30 years and was the cashier to late Mr. Samuel Okong. He was also a native of Umana and Diago, and he was my in-law. Number 5, Mr. Ignatius Oyekachi, he was aged 35 years old, married with 2 children, and native of Umumbandiag in the Zag local government area of Enugu State. He lived at number 5 Damusa Road, Kaduna, with his shop at number 889 Old Pantika Market, Kaduna. Police removed 250,000 from his shop. Mr. Chukwu Dojuku, he was aged 37 years, married with 5 children. He lived at Muri Road, Kaduna. More than 300,000 naira was taken from him by the police. The arrest of Mr. Samuel Okongwu and others was instigated by one Corporal Augustine Party of Angwa Sanusi Police Station, Kaduna, due to a previous quarrel between him and late Mr. Samuel Okongwu 10 days prior to the date of the killed men. The cause of the quarrel was that the said Corporal Augustine came to the shop of the deceased Samuel Okongwu, where scrap metals bought at auction from Nigeria Railway Station, Kaduna, were being offloaded, and demanded money for cold water and was given 20 naira. He felt insulted that only 20 naira was given to him. He later emerged with 5 other policemen and carried away the materials to Metropolitan State Police Station on false allegation of suspected goods. The goods were subsequently released by the orders of Assistant Commissioner of Police, Metro Station. The said Augustine exchanged hot words with Mr. Late Samuel Okongwu, and he, Augustine, boasted that he would disgrace him somewhere in this town, that he has locked him up before and he will deal with him again. On the 31st January 1996, policemen, about 20 in number, came in company of one notorious criminal by name Chiedu, who had committed robbery at Angwa Sanusi area, and pointed at Mr. Patrick Egu, Chukwu Diojuku, and Celestine Okoro in front of Alhaji Shehu Ibrahim Bootman shop, and at once started beating them. By then, they asked Chinedu Mane to point out more men, and he headed straight to late Mr. Samuel Okongwu's office. Then the police immediately cut off all the telephone wires in the office and arrested Mr. Samuel Okongwu, Ignatius Oyekachi, and Mr. Joseph Okafor, and one Miss Joy Ewele. Mr. Okongwu's sales girl and her visitor were also arrested. They immediately started beating them, and Mr. Samuel's leg was broken. He was carried into police vehicle to Ngwasanis police station where the almighty corporal works. On getting to the police station, the desk sergeant expressed surprise at seeing the wealthy men as suspects in robbery case and told the men who brought them that he was given 4 Hausa names as suspects in the robbery earlier on, and now wondered why the police ended up bringing 6 Igbo traders from Pantika Market. The same Corporal Gostin Party asked the duty officer to shut up and not concern himself with that point and enter the case in the diary. The case was transferred to State CID office the same day for further investigation. The truth was that the corporal had earlier on taken the counsel of one notorious armed bandit at Pantika by name Sani Master, who works in collaboration with Deputy Commissioner of Police Abubakar Suleiman, who always sent his boys to identify for him wealthy men who we put on false charge in order to cover huge sums of money to the police to save themselves. It was gathered also that the same Deputy Commissioner of Police made a demand of 400,000 to buy a bus for his wife from late Mr. Samuel Okongu, who failed to assist him to raise the money. Because of a robbery incident which took place at his woman friend house by name Haji Alila Dogonyalo at Kaduna, he planned with his boy Augustine to rope the metal dealers at the Pantika into the case in order to extort money from them. And in fact, the case was planned at Deputy Commissioner's house at Kaduna. State managed identification parade was conducted for the Haji Dogonyalo to implicate the 6 traders, which was successfully done. The police demanded 600,000 naira each from the suspect, which they could not afford at the time. Abubakar Suleiman ordered DSP Ibrahim Dashe, Isuzu, Corporal Augustine, Sergeant Kura, Corporal Aruna to take the Igbos out for escort execution in bracket. Later, Mr. Samuel Okong was taken from detention at police station Kurumashi in Kaduna. Late Mr. Ignatius Oyekachi from Kabala police station. The remaining 4 suspects from State CID cell and taken to Nasarawa Arts case in Kaduna on 6 February 1996 and shot in cold blood. Their bodies were dropped at Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital in Kaduna, where myself and families of other deceased persons confirmed their names from the mortuary register. Their corpses were denied us and we don't know where they buried them. In spite of pleadings from well-meaning Nigerians to spare the lives of these innocent victims, Haji Leila Dogonyalo went ahead to the late head of state, General Sani Abacha, and got a letter to kill innocent Igbo traders because she was related to the head of state. I am a younger brother to the first victim, Mr. Samuel Okongu in bracket, and I can go to any length to prove his innocence. Other witnesses are Mr. Oliver Oyekachi, Mr. Patrick Egu, Mr. Stanley Ozoko, Simon Obozo, all in Pantika Market, Kaduna, and many others. This particular incident of 6 February 1996 was the greatest injustice of our present time. In order to confirm my write-up, let the panel follow the following tips. This is what I said while writing this petition. Cross-checking Wasanu's police station, crime diary of 29 to 30th January 1996 to find out the original suspect name before Igbo traders were substituted for money's sake. In which court or tribunal were they tried and convicted and who signed their death warrants? Were all the suspects trying to escape at the same time from their different places of detention as claimed by the police in their public announcement? Were they not all carved and leg chained? I traveled with Mr. late Joseph Okafo in the same bus to Onitsha on 28 January 1996, and if I sold our goods in the same place and prepared bank drafts in the same bank of the North Bright Street branch Onitsha to Kaduna, how is it possible that he took part in a robbery at Kaduna in his absence? Police should tender the search warrants executed at late Mr. Samuel Okongu's office and residence to show instruments of violence as SB recovered from him or any of the suspects, what were the items they robbed and from who. Police to produce their statement duly signed. who are Zakar and Yusuf, serving at Kaduna prisons, whose former residents were at #1 Liberated Christian, to the power Kaduna. What part did they play in the crime in which innocent Igbo traders were killed? I said, I want the government of the day to protect me first from the murderers who will be after my life for unraveling their secrets, also to punish the culprits because it was deliberate state policy as well as individual acts of agents of the states, and they finally extend hands of fellowship to the victim's family. Wishing you good luck in upholding justice. Yours sincerely, Inspector Christian Okongu, retired. Yes. I also wish to state that this matter was reported in various...
Stop. Now, Counsel for the Police, look at page 7, so that you prepare your cross-examination against tomorrow. Were they all together when we were trying to escape, and they all shot together? In the case, in the advice, legal advice, they used the same language you used. They didn't say what they did, that you concluded was Mrs. Counsel for the Commission. Legal opinion you wrote, what language was used that led them to shooting? There's something they said.
Yeah, my lord, yes, they said...
when they took them to the site, they...
Yes, my lord, I'm trying to... The suspects, however, turned violent immediately.
Turned violent, what does that mean? Tomorrow you tell us what turned violent means. And that you had to shoot all of them. The guns were buried in the ground.
My lord,
yes?
with due respect, my lord, we wanted to tender a handful of...
We normally rise at 4, so that you have clear head tomorrow morning, you tender everything, and then they cross-examine. We normally rise at 4.
As my lord, please.
All right. So read the petition carefully. See whether it's consistent with human reason. Because allegation is very, very serious. And how many lives were lost? How many?
6 lives.
6?
Yes, my lord. 6 lives were lost.
I'm sorry, we'll rise and then every other thing should be adjourned till tomorrow.
Fellow Biafrans, I hope you have heard and listened to this very case. And this case you are hearing is just one out of many. It is still going on as we speak. Labeling 6 innocent Igbo traders as criminal simply because they wanted to extort money from them and they took their life. This case was spoken about during the Okuta panel. This very thing is still going on as we speak. Even now, it is worse now than ever in Biafra land. What they do is to label people members of IPOB and they are gone. They have now today legitimized it with the support of the illegitimate governors in Biafran territory, who will come out openly and tell you that IPOB is a terrorist organization. The only thing that it takes to take a Biafran person's life, an Igbo Biafran, the only thing that it takes to take his life is to just say he is a member of IPOB. To bring a Biafran flag and put on your body. Police will even tell you face to face in your eye that they're going to take your life and nothing will happen. So when you see this kind of case being talked about in the Okuta panel, this is just 1 out of 100. And even as at that, nothing was done. And they have continued on to a highest level today. When you see Biafrans crying, when you see people standing up and fighting for their freedom, when you see Biafrans today responding on self-defense, many life has gone before now. Innocent life. You hear when their name were mentioned, people that are married with children, family men, well-to-do men who are doing their businesses. They even went to their business ground to kidnap them and take them as, exchange them as criminals. And they were shot in cold blood. And you saw the reason they gave in the narrative was that they turned violent. It is sad. But the earlier we wake up and begin to face the reality of today, the better for all of us. My beloved brother Greg, say something before Akonyo Wetere will now speak. Just make it brief because Akonyo Wetere, I think he doesn't have all the time so that he can be able to come in.
Yes, my brother, thank you so much. You know, I think I made comment about such a thing last time when I used example of one of our sister that lives in America. Okay, what do you call her? And when he came back from America, so the people he had problem with, and the people we had problem with concerning their saga in the internet and all those that stuff. Okay. Some of them started speaking so these are the things. And in this time, you should know 1996 is nothing like IPOB. And they still have reasons to kill. It happens in my present in Benin. So all those things are it's not new. It's a case the Igbo people have been suffering for a long time. So with this IPOB of a thing have given them much license.
Exactly.
Because that time they were killing it. So most of them, mainly the envy policemen, who will see you as their mate and they are doing well, and they will forget that the situation they are what Nigerian put them, not you as a Biafran who is struggling on his own to survive. You are not the person who put them in that condition. It was Nigeria that employed them, that put them and make them poor. But they will turn their anger against you, the fellow citizen, and they will start laying allegations. And it happens to us. When I was in Nigeria, that should be 1992. It happens to me. This one happens to me. I'm not telling you, in Lagos. So I, with my friend, because this guy is, we are very young, should be at that time around the 22 years. So the guy is my very good friend. So we went to Lagos because he's just a single son to his parents, only son. So he wanted to marry at that age. But when we were that, so we started making progress at that time. So this guy bought this Volvo 240 as young, very young that time. So we went to Lagos to share an invitation for his marriage. I'm going to be his best man. So we went to Lagos. So we don't live in Lagos. We came from the east. So when we went to Lagos with that his Volvo, very about 2 or 3 months old. You know, Volvo that time now.
Yeah.
It's just somebody buying this thing now. So, and we don't know Lagos very well. So we come, police stopped us. We know all these things. Immediately when they stop us, we both of us, they say, come down, they start searching. So we don't know, all of a sudden they put a bullet inside our inside the Volvo. They say, you guys, this, look at how young, who you own this car. No, somebody we are not, you know, if you don't live in Lagos, there's no way you can be. Lagos is Nigeria and America at that time. So our exposure is not up that to Lagos, standard Lagos, because all those mafia Lagos, we don't have idea about those kind of life. So, and they find out that we came from east. They put the bullet inside the guy car. They started accusing us, say we'll go to the carry us to Alabo. Jesus. They carry us, they say they carry us to Alabo. They this, that. Then that time there was no telephone. And that at that time there was nothing like handy. You know. They say we'll start begging, no, we don't know this, you beg, we'll cry, do this. I forgot the amount of money they called for us. We have to move to our people, our community town people that are selling all those where they sell all these building materials, because our people are very many in Lagos in building materials. So we have to move there and start to gather that kind of money to bail ourselves for nothing we don't know. So both of us, so it was when we get that they tell us, it's a pity that nobody, they were supposed to, when we come, somebody from Lagos supposed to follow us. They say it is those police people that put those bullet inside that Volvo. That's their way. When they see a stranger, they will just take the move. So these are the ways. Had they been with it, they can waste us. Or if we have carried the bigger, if we came for big, they were unfortunate. We showed them that we came to Lagos, we were sharing invitation. So we came for business and there was money in that car, they will kill us and take those money. It's 100%.
Yes.
So, but they were very unfortunate that we don't have enough people who came for such a thing. There was no much. It's only money for hotel and to drink and for 2-3 days and we go back. But the money they were calling for us is go more than what my brother Nigeria with criminality, especially when an Igbo person. So it is unfortunate if it have not happened to you, you will not believe it. So this one happens to me. So I know all those their criminalities. So that's why we will continue fighting what we are fighting. We must go. We must go. Nothing will stop Biafra. Honestly. Nothing will stop Biafra. The earlier they know it, I always say, the earlier they know it, the more better they will. It will be for east, west, and north and south. That everybody should go home and start managing himself. Thank you. Let me give space for our brother Akonye Weta.
Thank you so much, Akonye Weta. Let's hear from you.
Good morning, Uncle Chus.
Good morning, my brother. You're welcome.
Uncle Greg, good morning, sir.
My brother, morning, welcome.
Yeah. My brother, all these things be here in Ladeku steadily. And as you are heading to our plea, oh, a wonderful and a welcome development to go. These are the things all the medias could me. Because many of our people now, they can with rational reasoning, that can reason like human being. Oh God, the avenue, the platform for them, the system getting hacker, can have a chance go akwụkwọ address. So I will not sublet here those history of ours into the major programs unu leme. Or onye ọbụla got come across your program. The person will be captivated, the person will be intrigued to listen to ihe anwa. Before onye ahụ get 1 or 2 days, onye ahụ n'onwe ya adịghị endowed with ihe a na-eme. Of reasons. Enwe ndị dị 30 years, enwe ndị dị 40 years n'ala Igbo. Ka m na-ekwu okwu a, na-amaghọ anything about Oputa Panel. And ha jụrụ n'ihe ala ihe ọgụnwere onwe ala ekwu okwu ya. Enwe ndị dị 50 years bụ ihe amadobere bụ ka esi kọrọ ha ka esi lụọ, mana ịjụọ ihe butere eji wee kwuo okwu ịlụ ọgụ ahụ ma ihe mere nụ after ka a lụchara ọgụ ha amaghọ. So ọ ya bụ ihe mụnwa ji mee advocate na ya panel sikwa ebe ala agbatara asị ndị niile bụ media ha hapụnụ saga. A program of this nature. It is more educative, as in, I let me educate our grievances. Because if you are saying only a question, my dear, if you ever honor to, when that man almost 20 years no before maybe he say papa hike, who can dollar business, I say first to a latter libo. Or when you only mara. And can the buy say maybe even in or more a last wrong wage asụsụ Igbo. La gadala community ndị Igbo na-ebe ahụ. Ọ na-eme onye amụrụ ịmụta asụsụ Igbo ada afịa ahụ. Ọ bụ ndị nke lalata village kwa mgbe. Ndị niile nọ n'ugwu lata ha la anọcha almost 1 month. Ụfọdụ la anọcha 2 months. Ụfọdụ la anọcha 3 weeks. within that period onye aha ụmụ ha ala asụkwa Igbo. So ya bụ all this confusion enwere now mere ndị mmadụ ji asị na enye n'Igbo ọbara ndị Fulani. Mụnwa believe n'ihe ọbara ndị Fulani anwa. No, the area mmadụ anọ bring ya mmadụ up as in brought mmadụ up. Ya bụ the thing, but oke na ọrụ dịara anyị now if follow this route now, and social media na-abịa mee ịgụ akwụkwọ dị easy. Mụnwa ekwu na m na-adị eme research, ọ bụrụ na m na-ekwu ka m too onwe m, ọ bụrụ na m na-ekwu to self-aggrandize myself. No, maybe because of my upbringing, the terrain nọ to push me into research maka ihe gbasara ndị be anyị. So mgbe m fụtaziri Dede Nnamdi Kanu, o mezie m ihe gbasara ịma ihe gbasara ndị be anyị, agụbazie m agụrụ. But enwere ndị ebe ha nọ to eme ha offer that opportunity. Ha batazie n'ihe ha na-eme instead of ime ka ihe ha na-eme gaa n'ihu, ha tisasịa ya. But the media now lachita azụ like this is the oziọma pull away all these things. Mgbe ọbụla mmadụ come across the media na-ekwu about the government, the person will be onye ahụ obi ya ga-alụtụ ala ka oge eke n'ihe ndị ala ekwu, ọ ga-abụzi ịkọ ọnụ. So that's by the way for that side. Then itinye ọnụ na ihe na-eme na Nigeria today, enwe one thing mụnwa chọrọ ịgwa ndị be anyị. Among ndị niile all the tribe nọ na Nigeria, isi ole ndị Igbo bụ ndị dịka amara ihe ha na-eme mana ha amaghị ihe na-eme ha. If you go back to history of how this hatred bidoro, ihe mụnwa deduce goro from all my own research bụ this education anyị na-eme. Now ndị Hausa isi na ha amaghị ihe mara ihe ha. Iwoshi ihe mere like this court judgment he played now about an Igbo businessman. In Funa, during pre-independence, Nandi Igbo dominated everywhere, both in business, both in government, both in military. After the war, Abiamwe quota system, onye nọ na southeast, south, enwe cut off mark. Ndị nọ n'ugwu, lower nke ha to 120. West bụla Awolowo. After ka o jichara akwụkwọ kazi ka ha si eje lọta, o focus on west. Nye ha will I call it educational power. Till today west ka le mi afọ nyela ya ego. Ano apego m na Lagos. Ifo onye le me tuwale na main road. Mo mecha tuwale ahụ nwa nọ na university. Ikpo no ya ma joy is of me funo ji degree or OGOND or OGNC. But on na main road aye ego. But Ali Igbo, after the war, even before the war, ndị buy a mega adopt this Eba boy of a team. You watch at that time, or Gapotagi, go on Aba boy now meaning in a business, or somewhere, with you Mayana Kuko. That is the Kalemaya affair to root today. And then when Allah allow position there, like Papa Ojuku, as na Papa Siaje war accountant. So that all your managing business, Ojuku go London, instead of a accountant or go back history. If we go those things, so the unlearning and relearning that will take place for our people, because when our people are endued with all this knowledge, somebody will find it difficult to sabotage the struggle. That is where I always land my own point. But someone that is not, maybe you are not endowed enough with the knowledge, the history of the course you are pushing. Okay, very easy. Man, or making more or fight for all the prevailing at the moment. You lay the struggle. But only for all these things, there's the hatred. Develops the apathy against the government in Nigeria. onwe ga-eme ka break onye ahụ down because ihe ọ ga na-afụ n'ihu bụ na ndị Igbo na-asị na eke dị n'ihu ka nke azụkwara azụ. Ọ ga na-afụ na datin ya na-achọ dị ya n'ihu ka whatever you want to offer me today. So I base it on ignorance. Now looking at the business, our people were all the permanent sec. Our people were the were on the top rank of the military. Or look at Nigeria now. All the permanent secretary of all the both state and government and all the federal parastatal, Hanchanine in the Hausa. Niger Delta, NNPC boss, Unya Hausa. Oye block in the Hausa. So in the Hausa, Britain coach in her well. Because during the time Britain lachi, ndị Hausa nọ na-achịrị onwe ha efi, ndị Igbo agụ akwụkwọ through missionary. Now all that in bụ ihe ndị Britain bịara gwa ha, and ha succeed go in it. Ị mara before na like before ndị Hausa bụ ire ahịa na mgbada ala Igbo mere ha ji nweta kwọta a confine ha there na anaghị ụtụ. Sọsọ ebe a ka ha ga-anọ. You will see them outside. Even na ala Igbo nke aka dị too nke aka nwetụrụ dịka ọkara aga like that. But this western part of Nigeria, ha nwere importation as in ha nwere the distributor of whatever ha nwere. Ha nwere na-asọbulate kwa na-erekwe la street. So ala Igbo ka ọ ka dị too many but o degenerate wegokwe. Now ha conquer everything. So what we need now is for we to let our people know this is a calculated plan. But we are the one that is not calculating our movement. And it pains me. It pains me. These people know what they are doing. Look at them today. Because of Ramadan, they now like 3 or 4 states. They go 5 weeks holiday. Latching it on the incompetence nature of Tinubu that they want to pray and see Allah's intervention in the current hardship. My brothers and sisters, ihe a niile bụ calculated plan. Ndị Igbo sị na ihe ọjọọ gba afọ bụrụ omenala. If they succeed, ịma na ndị kan bụ ụgwọ ọnụ ka ha ga-agba. The lawyers you want to go and submit the application to get an injunction not to let them close all the school. In the panel, your matter. How many Hausa Ghana at the panel they prevail, they preside over the matter? So how much is that one now with the 5 states?
We can't hear you anymore. We can't hear you anymore.
Next time I got launch.
Check your network. We can't hear you anymore. Akonye Wetere, your network. We cannot hear you anymore. I think you are having a network issue. Maybe you resolve it or you go out and come back again. You're welcome, my beloved brother Max. Thank you so much for joining us, Max. You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Mazichuk. Happy Monday to you.
Same to you.
Happy Monday to Akonye Wetere, Namoche, and then Namoche, great Craig. God continue to bless each and every one of you. Ndike, Chineke will not. Chukwukikabiyama will never allow us to fail. All this hard work that we are putting in to make sure that my mother's ancestral land is, restored, God will never allow it to fail. No matter the attacks that is coming, left, right, and center, God will never allow it to, those attacks to prevail upon the children of Biafra. Those that is created and planted their ancestors at that particular zone. Nobody will come in there to, displace you people. Nobody is coming in there to displace the people of Biafra because that is where God has placed them. They've not gone to any place to displace other people. Whatever they do is to spread their business enterprises, settle down, purchase land with the equivalent in cash, just for them to establish and do their business in peace and make their money. They have never carried weapons. They have not carried guns. They have not carried automatic assault rifles. They have not carried anything. They have never used their businesses to destroy other people, just like the Fulani armed herders are doing to our land. What we ask for is the freedom of our people. And that is what God is going to give each and every one of us. Biafra is sacrosanct to me as your okene, as your one, because our people say whatever that affects the eyes will definitely affect the nose, because I have your DNA in me, and I will not sit down here watching you people, where my mother come from, bleeding without contributing or even going in to unleash the little expertise that I have acquired, if need be. That is the promise I have made, and I will continue to do it till the day maybe those services will be required. Thank you so much, Mazen Nambekano. Mazen Nambekano, wherever you are, I say today is Monday. May you continue to see the light and glory and the strength of God in you as you are in the hands of the wolves and vultures and vampires. May God continue to bless someone wherever he is, in the hands of the Finnish government that are now bowing to the pressure of the demonic globalists and their agenda. You see what Trump is doing. You see what Trump is doing. Trump wants peace to reign. But the United Kingdom, knowing who they are, they have agreed to go to Turkey for peace talk, for peace to reign. Zelensky agreed. This is to tell you what our people are going through. If these people will be attacking the world power, number one in the world, how do you think that they will handle us? If not by the grace of Geopolitical, you think that they will not wipe us out and impose and plant those that they want, that they have given power? I am talking, to the Prime Minister went straight to Ukraine in person and prevented Zelensky from attending that peace talk in Turkey also. He couldn't go. Russia was ready to go there because Russia has shown interest that they are ready to end the war. But the same UK is still fighting there, using Ukraine as a proxy to get at Russia. The same thing, they use the caliphate against the rest of the people in the zoo. And this is the reason why we say we cannot continue in such thing. Mazugo, to tell you again, go and research what Prime Minister Mette, is it Fredriksen of Denmark? Go and see what that man wrote, I think about 6 or 7 days ago. That man is for war to continue because he made it open that a peace in Ukraine is more dangerous than war. Check it out, you will see it there. These are the people that have vested interests, economic interests, in what is happening in the zoo. These are the people, the reasons why they are piping, building a $13 or more billion pipe, Trans-Sahara pipeline, gas pipeline, that is going to emanate from your land. From your land, your ancestral land. The resources that God has given to you for your own good is what they are fighting. Because of that, they don't want anything like freedom of the people. Evil people, that is what they are doing. That is the reason why these are some of the things. The hands that are holding Simon Ekpa in Finland are too many. But I still remember what the prophet King Leo said some time ago. He said, as Simon Ekpa has been filled and occupied, taken over by the spirit of freedom fighting. Support him if you can. If you cannot support him, fight him at your own peril. And I'm hearing some little economic problems as we speak now in Finland. And more are going to visit them for standing against the truth. What they believed, what they supported. 1967, when Biafrans were senselessly killed, for just say, I am not going to agree. Implement a Buri Accord. They said no, they will not. Because of that, war came in. Biafrans were not aggressive in that war. They say on a Buri we will stand. Nigeria, that was being supported by the same United Kingdom today, told us on a Buri through Gowon, their puppet. On a Buri we would die. And they did what they did. Britain supported them. The throne of England presided over the killing of over 3 million people. Through starvation, more through starvation. Until today, they have not realized the mistake and the evil they've committed against the indigenous people of Biafra and come out to apologize. Rather, they are doing more using proxies. They will pay the price for it. I love the picture that you are showing me here. I saw them on Dr. NgoziOrabueze's Twitter handle today. I was happy. And that is where my mother comes from. This is Abba. The video that you are showing there, that is Abba. That is where my mother comes from. They are obeying the sit at home. Those that believe that if not them, why must it be Mazen Namdekan? Why must it be Simon Ekpa? Are there countering everything by thinking that God is going to, look at them in a very, pretty manner? Debbie, God will not do that. Never, never. God will not do that because you are standing on the spirit of those that fought before us and left. And we, the living, have come again now to continue from where and restore that thing that they promised us. And hand over, bequeath them to those that are coming behind us. And you're standing against it. God will judge you and judge you very, very badly. My people, I'm here to support you. Neither gold nor silver do I have to give you. But the little God has given to me, I will support you. I will do everything within my power the way God has given to me to support you. We cannot allow people that we don't have nothing in common with to come and displace us from our own ancestral land. It cannot happen. We will not do that. And I stand to challenge anyone. I was discussing with one of my Islam brother. A brother to me is in Philadelphia. He was talking to me the other day, Massachusetts. You will be surprised at what he said. He made a joint call. Let me just brief you. I will not name names. I'll just so that it will be like that. We had a conference call yesterday. One guy from Auchi, this guy was criticizing Mazen Nambekano before. This guy This, my Asian brother was telling him, he was also a supporter of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because he also lived in Finland. He knows Simon Ekpa very well. Before he now married an American and then moved to America, leaving Simon Ekpa over there. This guy, I'm telling you, knows Simon Ekpa very well. In fact, he has a child over there. And he is also planning to go and visit the child. And he said probably he will see if he can, any way he can, to see a glimpse of Simon Ekpa. We were talking yesterday, conference call. This guy in Auchi that has been so critical, a critique of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is today, yesterday, on that conference call, pleading that they should release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did everything, that they were mistakenly mistook him for what he sent me pictures. I think he went back again to send me the pictures of then ESN. He also told me that on the ground, he said in Abia State, something is going on in Abia State. That this USB people, I am not there. This was what he was telling us, that the people are not even, they are not giving chances. But the problem they have is the military that is on their traces at all times. In fact, this, my Asian brother, could not even utter a word. He said their own land has been taken over. You know, Auchi is dominated by, Auchi is, they were, the same thing Ilori did to Yoruba land. That is exactly what Auchi did to Edo State, Old Edo State. They have taken over. If they say tomorrow that they are going to launch Sharia there, he said he is not surprised because that is why he covered. He went there to take his father and brought the father to Benin instead of staying where they are. Now I asked him, as you have run away from your ancestral land right now, what happens if the invaders now occupy your land? How are you going to fight them off? He said, my brother, I don't know. You know we are in the minority. I said, this is the reason why I told most of you in our platform that unity is the key with your fellow Igbos who are in the majority. Look at what they are doing to your brothers, your cousins, who are the majority in that zone. Do you think if they, God forbid, they eradicate them or succeed in neutralizing them, do you think you will be like open coop, just like Master Simon Ekpa used to say? You will be like open coop. You will be a walk in the park for these people. And when you people come together, fight as one, when we finish fighting and secure the land, like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that everybody will handle and control their resources. There will be no majority, there will be no minority. What else do you want? You said, no, you people, stage a campaign of calumny and criticism against, evil criticism against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu till the time you people made Nigeria so bold to go to Kenya and kidnap him with such kind of temerity. Or what you people were, the common language word we normally use when we were in school, alacrity. With alacrity, they went to Kenya and kidnapped him. Until today, these same globalists that supported them could not speak out. And even when they speak, it doesn't carry weight. Nigeria is ridiculing them, ridiculing the United Nations, European Union, simply because of their economic interests. Because what they want in the world is their domicile in your land, in Biafra land. That is what they want. And that is the reason why they cannot do anything. We are here We must come together, irrespective of the division that is there. If they will listen to me as the Okene, they will know that I am not biased. In any time I come out here to make my submissions, I will never be biased. Those at the other side belongs to me. I belong to them. Those on this other side belongs to me. I also belong to them. Why will I now begin to fight them? If you see me respond, I respond when the insults are too many. That is the time I respond. And I responded yesterday on this, the general gentle. Look, I have come out here to speak in this government platform, United States of Biafra platform. I do not know whether that guy is listening. Most of us were enlisted in the Nigerian Army 1990-91. We had great experience there. We did a lot of things. We did a lot of covert operations and so on and so forth. We know the details of what they do. Even when our principal is misbehaving, we don't come out. We don't come out to challenge them. If you are challenging them, you are mutinizing. You are engaging in mutiny. That is what Gentle is doing. He is engaging in mutiny. That is what we call it in the military. You cannot wear uniform. The taxpayer, this one is the contribution of all Biafrans are used to take care of you. And you are plotting mutiny against them? Or is it because that the control of the government and everything in it is not adequately in the hands of our people that you feel that you cannot be punished? You can't be dismissed. For mutiny behavior, you can't be dismissed. And in most cases, you can be executed. Someone should advise you. You have a government, you have a United States of Biafra government. You have a principal that is here standing in for the prime minister. Even the prime minister is also standing in for Mazen Namdekal, so that the activities of the government will move on smoothly. For you to come out from wherever you are to begin to issue those kind of, comments, you don't even need to appear at all. If you really know what you are doing, you don't need to appear. When we are in operation, we don't appear. You can't see us. The reason why you see us coming out to speak, we are no longer there. Your secret is being kept. Especially the condition that we found ourselves now. Our land is not properly liberated. So you coming out to show yourself means that it's like you are working with these people, or you are doing a hanky-panky game. You don't supposed to be seen anywhere. You don't supposed to be seen coming out on social media, making all this, I don't know how to call it. These statements on social media makes you irresponsible, I must say. That makes you irresponsible. You do not know what you are doing. You are not a professional. Professionals don't come out. How many times have you seen Tompolo coming out on video to begin to talk? How many times have you seen him? Mazen Namdekanu gave credence to Tompolo, and that is the reason why I also gave him credence. And the only time I criticized him was the time he took that contract and begin and start, pipeline, Megad or something like that. That was the time I criticized him. I still respect him simply because of what Mazen Namdekanu said about him. How many times have we seen him coming out? You are under the United States of Biafra. You are coming out to show your face and make statements. Who asked you to come and make statements? You are under command. Unless you want to plot a coup against the United States of Biafra. Someone should send this message to him. If he doesn't know, at least there is no harm in looking for a way to contact some of us so that we can give some tips on how he can manage himself. He does not need to be appearing anywhere on social media, because you are, in fact, you are putting yourself, as a target. I do not know the kind of security tips that these people or instructions that they are getting. I don't know. So Mazi Chicks Namoche, that is all auto akaham non for having.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. And I appreciate every Biafra that have joined us on this program. We have spent 3 good hours and we are going to be rounding it up. Our beloved brother Akonyo Wetere was locked out. I think his network is bad and he couldn't be able to join again. Wherever you are, remember the topic we are discussing today says obedience leads to true freedom. The more we obey revealed truths, the more we become liberated. Insubordination will not lead you to anywhere. Just like my beloved brother Max was saying. We understand that from every look of things, those who are serving Biafra today on defense, more especially those men on the ground, are very unprofessional. And that is why the government is tolerating so many things, believing that by special grace of God, when we succeed in our full restoration, they will undergo a very serious training to make them understand the ethics of defense when you are serving the military. Obedience of a superior officer is very important. Obedience to your government, loyalty. Insubordination cannot be tolerated by any government. Just like my beloved brother said, he's in the military. Any such insubordination, most of the time, will amount to execution. You are gone and you are gone. Some of them, I don't know why it is difficult for them to understand, even if you are not in the military, with your little knowledge, and I can understand that most of them have a little or no knowledge about what they are embarking on. The situation has forced us to allow everybody to come in from all angles to make their input. But at the same time, you can equally broaden your wisdom by listening to people who know better than you, watching how things are being done in other parts of life and other parts of the world. Even in the zoo today, when you look at how things operate, you will know. That will help you to guide yourself to know what you have to do. We cannot build another society where disobedience to law will be the order of the day. We know how lawless the Zoological Republic is. A very lawless country where people do not obey the rule of law. Where some people feel that they are above the law. That is what we see in Nigeria. In a place where you have sacred cows. Sacred cows that when they do things, nobody punish them, nobody talks about it. While some people do things that they will punish. A very lawless place. And for the fact that you have been in that lawless system for a very long time does not mean it is right. It doesn't mean it is right. We must have to know how to obey the rule of law. That is the very first thing we have to do. Obedience leads to true freedom. You cannot talk about true freedom without obedience. There's no way we can make it. And in obedience, you are going to be obedient to people that are superior to you, to the authority. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how poor you are. Whether a man or a woman, male or female, young or old, as long as that person is standing in an office, you must respect that authority. It is a must. You must obey that authority. I don't know why it is difficult for some of us to obey simple instructions. For our personal interests, for our personal grudges. In obeying superior officer, it doesn't matter whether you like the person or you hate the person. That doesn't count. Your personal grievances or your own personal nobody cares about that. What we are talking about is obeying the rule of law. building an institution where everybody must obey the instruction from the institution. Whoever steps into that institution to lead, whoever the Biafran people have given the mandate to lead, you must obey. Today, it is very clear to everybody, whether Biafrans or non-Biafrans, that the Biafra has been redeclared on the 29th of November 2024. That redeclaration was accepted by all Biafrans, more than 50 million people, including those who are opposing it today. They were present on that very day. The whole world watched us redeclare Biafra. That day, somebody was there who stood in for the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And in everything she read, she said, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you are not yet convinced, look at how the whole world is reporting the issue of Biafra today. Following the constituted authority, knowing the structure, how it goes. If somebody outside this Biafran struggle will know the structure, how much more you that is inside? If you claim not to know the structure, it means you are deceiving yourself. Common sense should tell you that there is structure and there is hierarchy. When you apply that to your common sense, look at the hierarchy, you know who is supposed to be in charge. And yet, because of your envy, jealousy, greed, because of your townsman, your townswoman, because of your friend, you have decided to derail from doing the right thing. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. For whatever you do today, when Biafra is restored, you will give account of your stewardship. Some of you think it ends on social media. Every video I'm making today will stand against me when the time comes. Every video you make today, when the time comes, will stand against you. Just as our Prime Minister said, that if you know you have a different way to get Biafra, go ahead. While we continue where we are going, whoever gets it first, whoever gets Biafra first, at the end of the day, when we get to the promised land, we have a court, we have a law that will decide. If there is any other way, any way we have fallen short in the process of getting Biafra, we will face the consequence of the actions. If there's any way you have fallen short, you also will face the full penalty of the law. That is why every one of us must be very careful with what we do or what we say. And that is why when I come here, I tell you, what I do here is to open a book for you and read. It is left for you to apply your common sense and make use of those facts. I will not be held responsible for your actions or your decisions. Likewise, you will not be held responsible for my actions or decisions. It is every man to himself. But whatever you do, there is a consequence. If you do good, you do yourself. You do bad, you do yourself. Before you come out and make a speech, don't just say, well, what, because you have a camera, you have a smartphone. And you lie to Biafran people. You lie to Biafran people. It is sad for somebody to continue to lie to Biafran people, even at this stage, when you can see the effect of the spirit of Biafra very, very clear. We have seen the spirit of Biafra act, not one, not twice, not thrice. Immediately you deviate, the spirit will leave you. No matter how popular you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter what you think you have done in the past, it is history. And once the spirit leaves you, the Biafran people will turn their back on you. It doesn't matter who you are, whether male, female, giant, on the ground, out of the ground, whoever you think you are. Once you speak against the spirit of Biafra, you lie to Biafran people, the spirit will desert you, and that is your end. We have seen popular people come and gone, and your own case will not be a different issue. But people don't learn. Look at this one, the one that first of all came, the one that came first of all, that started this problem. Who made himself a spokesperson for the men on the ground? They call him Holy Ghost. When he started initially, Biafra loved him. They were sharing his videos. He come out, he doesn't show his face. People appreciate him. with a lot of followership, and they adore him. And he thought he has arrived. He began to use his platform for propaganda and blackmail against the government. Today, where is he? Today, he doesn't amount to an ant to Biafran people. He doesn't amount to anything today. And someone came on to reprimand him at the same time, making the same mistake he made. In that broadcast, he was warning that same man who made a mistake, even with false information. And he still can make the same mistake. You must go through the constituted authority. We have a defense department. If there is something that is not clear with you, because from all the statements he made, he said, if, meaning that you're not sure of what you're saying. Is it on the social media that you get the right information? It's not on social media. Why don't you reach out to the authority and ask them, this thing you are hearing, is it true or false? Since you cannot be able to deduce, this is how all of them come and claim they have one spiritual power. They have one angel that come and whisper to them in the night and the day. But at the end of the day, when you see the way they act, you see that nobody, not even an ant is talking to them. But when they speak, they will let you, make you understand.
Please, sorry. Do you know? Angels speak to people, but Satan also speaks to people. Satan also whispers to people.
That is true. That is true. How do you even know that the angel that was speaking to you is a good angel? Is it the angel of God or Lucifer himself speaking? How do you know? Because every one of us hear voices. There are voices everywhere. There are voices. Voices are coming. Dreams are coming.
Even there are voices that comes when someone smoke SSCbo.
Of course. But every one of them will come and tell you, they will come and tell you how one God spoke to them, how they have one revelation, how this and that happened. But when you that applied your common sense look at it, you see that nobody has spoken to him. Is either what he has smoked has spoken to him, or what he have just thought, or his pride is speaking to him. His envy and jealousy is speaking to him, and he will claim that some good spirit are talking to him. And even when that good spirit speaks with a tiny voice, he cannot hear, because the voice of the enemy will be louder, very, very loud. That tiny voice, good spirit, will still be there telling him, stop doing this thing you are doing. Don't go further. This thing might not work. It won't go well with you. Stop. But he wouldn't listen, because the louder voice is already there, which he believes is coming from one angle that I don't know. My fellow Biafrans, today is Monday, and our people, as you can see that I showed, are doing the needful, as always. We will continue to delegitimize the Zoological Republic government and legitimize Biafran government. That is the task that we have, while the government will continue to pursue the full restoration on the ground and recognition. Very soon, the office, headquarters of the United States of Biafra will open in DC. The preparation is ongoing, and very soon you are going to see the flyers will come out and the date will be announced, so that Biafrans can attend the inauguration of our head office in Washington, D.C., where everything is happening. That is where every government of the world have their embassies. That is where the game changes. That is where the drama and the chess is being played. And that is where we are having our office. Very soon it will be announced. Following the preparation for our international passport, the issue will start very soon. It's also on the line, and when the time comes, it will be announced. So do not allow anybody to distract you. The government is busy. The Deputy Prime Minister, she is very, very busy. She might not be able to respond to all your idiocy. Some of them you will handle it yourself. We should allow the government that is just 3 months old to continue to do what they have to do, and we are getting to the right direction. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa is going to join us. It doesn't matter what the Finnish authorities are doing with Nigeria. We don't care. All we know is that he has not committed any crime. Self-determination will not become a crime because of us. It will not. Self-defense will not become a crime because of us. They will not succeed. Mazen Nandekano also is going to join. He's going to be freed. It doesn't matter whether they like it or not. These are things that must happen. Even though it looks impossible. Mazen Nandekano said it. The last miracle. When Donald Trump was going for the second term, it was like an impossible thing. It has never happened before. With the blackmail and propaganda that the media had against Donald Trump, nobody believed that Donald Trump will even have the face to come and speak to people. The way he was accused of anything, he was even accused in so many ways. They took him to court. They accused him of insurrection in the United States. Insurrection, you know what that means? The kind of accusation that was against Donald Trump, nobody believed that he would ever survive anything political anymore. But look at him today. The whole world is bowing before him today. When he speaks, before he takes action, only he speaks. For the fact that they hear that this man is back again, the world begin to change. The order of the world begin to change. And the same is going to happen. As this order of today is changing, our time is close and we're going to change with it. But don't put yourself in a situation where you cannot be able to be part of this very revolution. Don't put yourself in a situation where you will go so far that you cannot be able to come back again. You can't be able to say sorry, even to the spirit of Biafra. Don't put yourself in the shoe of Judas, that you won't have the opportunity to receive forgiveness. The time is short, and we shall go home very, very soon. As we are rounding up, I will allow my beloved brother Greg to give us his closing word as we round up. Give us a closing remark and speech so that we can round up. After you, then our beloved brother Maxwell will give us his speech and we'll round up the program. Go ahead, my brother Greg.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother Awin Bomin. Master. Yeah. Dal. Yes, ụmụnne m ndị Biafra, ya dịkwa unu mma. Anyị agaghị akwụsị ịgba mbọ n'ihi na anyị ekwechirigo. Ha gaa n'elu Biafra, ha gaa n'ala Biafra, ha gaa na mmiri Biafra, ha gaa n'ikuku Biafra, ha gaa n'ọnwa Biafra, ha jee na kpakpando Biafra, ha gaa n'anyanwụ Biafra. So ebe ọ sọrọ ha baa n'ime ọhịa Biafra, ha nọ na Sorot Biafra, ha nọ n'ala Igbo Biafra, ha nọ n'ala Biafra land niile, enwe ọnọdụ ọfịm na Biafra. So ana m akpọ ụmụnne anyị ndị nọ na ndị agha, ndị nọ n'ọgbọ ọgụ n'ala Biafra, ndị nọ n'ihu agha wee na-alụ ọgụ, ka ha lere mba ọzọ ndị anyị chọrọ igomi na ihe ha na-eme. Ha weregodo ndị nke ọzọ mba na-alụ ọgụ, ka m bidogoro na mba Afrịka. Ama na na-alụ ọgụ na Congo. Ahụbeghị m ebe onye amị Congo pụtara na-abara ndị isi ya mba. Ahụbeghị m ya ọsọsọ n'ala mbe nna. Anyị na-amụtara ihe bụ mmadụ irube isi na amamihe na nsọpụrụ. Ọ bụrụ na anyị enweghị amamihe, ọ bụrụ na anyị enweghị irube isi, ọ bụrụ na anyị enweghị nsọpụrụ, ọ bụrụ na anyị enweghị ihe niile ịga n'anya ya otu o kwesịrị, ọdụ Biafra sikwere ike. Inweta Biafra ga-esi ike ọntị anyị nwee ihe bụ irube isi na nsọpụrụ na ihe niile ịga n'anya ya dịka o kwesịrị isi wee na-aga. ana m akpọ nwanne anyị nwoke nke ahụrụ n'anya nke ukwuu a na-arịọ Chineke maka nchekwa ya, Maazị Gentle, onye isi agha. Anyị na-asị nrube isi na amamihe na ịgbado anyị ka anyị niile na-aga n'usoro ya bụ sọnsọ ihe a ga-eme ka anyị wee nwee nnwere onwe nke a na-akpọ Biafra obodo anyị ịbịa. Ọ gaghị abụ obodo anyị agaghị abịa na nkakara anya. Anyị agaghị enwe nnwere onwe site n'ịnụpụ isi. Anyị agaghị enwe nnwere onwe site na ihe onye chọrọ ya mere. Anyị agaghị enwe nnwere onwe site na elu abụghị ọcha na ọ bụghị oji. Anyị ga-enwe nnwere onwe site na nsọpụrụ okenye rue nwatakịrị isi, nwatakịrị rubere okenye isi enwee nsọpụrụ. Ya bụ na omenala ndị Igbo, omenala ndị Igbo abụghị igbu oke ite, omenala ndị Igbo abụghị ịta amụsụ, omenala ndị Igbo abụghị ịga achọ ego ọcha acha gbute ọchaghị acha gbute. Omenala ndị Igbo bụ kama m ga-agba ka ngwọ ka gbaa ka nkwụ. Ọ bụ ihe ndị Igbo na-ekwu mana ọ bụ ihe ndị be anyị kwere na ya. Ibe na mba Ukraine na-alụ ọgụ na ọgbọ agha ha niile, enwebeghị mgbe onye isi ndị agha ha batara na-abara nwoke a na-akpagharị na-achọ ebe ọ na-enweta ego na ebe ọ na-enweta ihe ma mba. Ọ n'ihu agha ka ị nọ. Onye ndị iro gbara okirikiri na-eche mbie nche. Ana a na-asọ ọkụkọ na-atụ anya ihe agaghị aga maka anya ihe ka ọkụkọ agwere okede kpuchigide ya.
The original petition you filed before
the wee kee ya ọgbụ. So gị bụ onye isi amị, onye isi ndị agha na ndabere ebe ị nọ, uche gị dịkwa ya maka ndị ebe anyị na-agba gụrụ ebe anyị na-agba aga na ebe ndị anyị na-agba aha enweghị ụzọ n'ebe ahụ. Nwanne m chigata azụ a sị na Okano a na m ga-esi ozi ya n'Igbo. Ndị anyị na-akpa aha na-asị Dr. Ngozi Orabueze na-ehapụ ha aka, ndị anyị na-asị ha hapụ aka ebe anyị na-aga ụzọ agaghị ya. Ebe ahụkwa ha bụkwa agụ na-eburu atụrụ rie. Ha bụ agụ na-eburu atụrụ wee rie, ha ga-eburukwa atụrụ rie. Chigata azụ. Ụmụnne gị na-asụ gị chigata azụ n'ihi na anyị ka hụrụ gị n'anya. Leruo anya ala ka ị wee mara ihe na-emenụ. Dr. Ngozi Orabueze asabeghị onye ọbụla okwu, enwebeghị onye ọ kpọrọ iyi, enwebeghị nwa Biafra ọ pụtara sị ọ gaghị adịrị ya mma nke ọ gaghị adịrịkwa ọdịga ndụ ya mma. Enwebeghị nwa Biafra o ji aha gabe dibe, enwebeghị nwa Biafra ọ bịa na-akụwara akwa, enwebeghị nwa Biafra ọ na-agọrọ ọfụ ọjọọ. Ọ ihe iji gaa mma onye duril, onye bụ ezigbote onye na-achọ nnwere onwe. Were ihe dị na Baịbụl ama ma egwu ya bifo. Oge Solomon banyere n'ọkwa ọfụ, ewee kpatara ya ụmụ nwaanyị ịbụọ na-azọ nwa. Ofu onye ka nwa ya nwụrụ, nke ọzọ bụ onye nke nwa ya dị ndụ. Onye nke nwa ya nwụrụ anwụ jee na-abụ onye nke nwa ya dị ndụ. Solomon wee sị, ihe enyi gị ekpe ikpe a taa bụ aga m eji uche were mara onye na-ekwu eziokwu. Aga m agwa ka nkie nwaanyị bụwa nwa nke a dị ndụ. Onye a buru ofu mpaghara, onye nke ọzọ buru ofu mpaghara. Onye nke na-enweghị nwa ọzọ, Solomon na-enwe ezigbote onye ikpe kie nwa ahụ bụwa ya were ofu ka m were ofu. Nwaanyị nwe nwa were na-eti mkpu sị mba, biko Solomon, kama ị ga-eke nwaanyị bụwa ọnwa mpara ahụhụ mụ, kama ka ikwe ya nwa aha nwatakịrị too ya mara onye bụ nne ya mara onye bụ nna ya. Solomon were uche were mara kpụrụchi ikpe wee kpọọ onwe maka eme nwaanyị mụtara nwa ga-ekwe ka egbuo nwa ya o wee kuru nwa ahụ wee ka ihe nwaanyị nwe ya nụ Dr. NgoziOrabueze enwere mgbe ọ pụtara kpọọ ụmụ Biafra iyi bikọs ọ hụrụ ha n'anya ihe ọ na-achọ bụ nnwere onwe emere mgbe ọ pụtara kpọọ ụmụ Biafra na-enye weta nnukwu ego na ha ga-anwụ emere mgbe ọ bịa kpọọ ụmụ Biafra ndị wetara obere ego na ha agaghị adị ndụ ọkwa oge nkere gaa na-eme ya onye na-eweta ole o ji ya kpọba ya iyi si ya ọ ga-anwụ ọ gaghị adị ndụ mana ọ chefuo na aka niile ahụ ụwa so gị bụ gentle nwanne anyị nwoke were uche were mara kpọrọ chie were uche were ire gị gụọ eze gị ọnụ onye asị na nke ọ na-eme dị mma ya mesie ya ike onye asị na nke ọ na-eme adị mma ya si ebe a pụta ana m agwa ụmụ Biafra ndị nke nọ n'ụlọ na-enye isi ike na-anọ n'ụlọ na ihe gbasara ịnọdụ ala mbọsị ịzụ ahịa n'isi mbọsị ọbụla bụ Mọnde ya bụ ihe ahụrụ na-emejisi n'ike na ya ọ bụ nnukwu aja ka ọ na-achụ and aja ahụ na-achụ nwa obere oge na ọ ga ha mịta mkpụrụ ọkwụrụ nụrụ ihe vice president America kwuru wee Naijiria wee nye example ebe ha ga-esi wee bido anyị jọs gbasie nkịta ọ ga-emecha kpọkọ ya ọ kasị na Christians ọ kpọbeghị ya Biafra mana ọ ga-emecha Biafra si ya n'ọnụ wee pụta ọ sị na ha ga-alụ na disi Trump ga-alụ ọgụ ndị a na-emegide ndị na-ekpere Chineke site na Kraịst na ha ga-alụ ọgụ ndị agha ele ndị na-ekpere Chineke tru Kraịst a na-emegide ọmụ Biafra so ka unu were mmanụ ụdị mbọ a na-agba nwa obere ege ọ ga-apụta ihe so onye ma ebe ọ na-eme ya na-esi ebe a na-emesi ya ike nke onye na-eme ya jisi ike ire anakwara nke iji n'aka ọ ya bụ ozi nwere n'ebe ọ nọ tata ka Chukwu gọzie onye ndị ọrụ na-agbasa ozi a Chukwu gọzie nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Chukwu Survival Chukwu gọzie ndị niile na-agbasa ozi Chukwu gọzie ndị niile nọ n'ọchịchị Chukwu gọzie ndị niile na-agba mbọ maka nnwere onwe ngụ ha ji agụ akọkwana ha ka ọ na-abatara ha na mkpa nri ya na-abatara ha n'aka ekpe ọ batara ha mbọsị eke ya batara ha mbọsị afọ batara ha mbọsị nkwọ batara ha mbọsị oye ọ ga-adịrị ala Igbo mma dịrị Biafra niile mma ihe ahụ ekpe mkpe taa site na Kraịst bụ onye nwe anyị ise.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing conclusion. Thank you so much. Let's hear from my brother Maxwell. Give us your closing remark.
Yeah, thank you so much, and glory be to God that we have come to the end of this great program today, Monday, the sit at home in Biafra land. I just want to encourage our Biafran people. We know that things are very, very difficult. But I promise you all that it can never be more difficult than it has been. It can't. We are old in this difficulty. We are old in the ordeals that the zoo, are making us to go through. We have known it. It's better that we have known it long time ago than we are just realizing it now. We knew all those things that will happen. We knew that these people will do whatever that they are doing. So we are not strangers. We are not Johnny just come when it comes to the evil of Nigeria against the Biafran people. So we are already prepared for this kind of ordeals. So I urge each and every one of you, take up the armor of God in you. Pray always and do those things that you are capable of doing, those things that you can do towards liberation of the, my mother's ancestral land. And will multiply. One of them is obedient to the sit at home. When you obey, there is reward and heavenly blessing for people that obey. In the military, they say obey before complain. That is our own military. They say obey before complain. Then after you must have obeyed, why are you now complaining? So no need for complaint. So you've already obeyed. You've done the work. So there is no point for you to complain. And then God would definitely stand, by us, with us, ahead of us, anyhow, to push us through to, into this new nation that we are going into. And for our men and commanders on the ground, please, I may be your younger brother or your elder brother, but I had quite, experience when it comes to armed combat and administration as well. There is what we call channel of communication. Something what you are not aware of or not sure of, pass through your channel of communication and tender. If there is anything, there are what we call, redress. If something is done to you that is not right, you can write or petition for redress. That is how it is done in simple way. In all organizations, there is hierarchy of command. Follow that channel of communication and find informations that you are lacking or something that is not clear to you. And the United States of Biafra, even if the COS, Chief of Staff, Acting Deputy Prime Minister, is not, vast enough to answer you, her lieutenants, her adjutants that are helping him to pilot, to guide this, ship, would definitely find answer for you. Unlike going out there to make declarations that is tantamount to your own. It can be used against you anytime because it is a very serious issue when it comes to military. You are a soldier. You are an officer under the United States of Biafra. You don't do some of these things. Please don't do it. So I use this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you for this opportunity. And Brother Chief, the privilege that you have given to me to always come here to air my small nonsense. Master Craig, I say, may God continue to bless you. Your own will never spoil. And that God that has brought us this far will continue to lead each and every one of us until the Biafra is restored. If the building has not reached to the top, the pointing to that building will never stop. That is the proverb of the Igbo people. So we'll continue to do it. As long as Biafra has not come, has not properly and worldly recognized, we will continue to fight until God, through our actions, through our abilities, and it will be restored. Thank you so much, Mazen Namdekano. Remain blessed. Simon Ekwa, remain blessed. You are free. You are stable. You are courageous in the hands of those that are holding you. They will leave you at the appropriate time. I remain your Okene from the little beautiful city of Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. Thank you for having me. I love you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. We love you much, much, much more. Fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that have been part of this program from the beginning to the end. I thank you for your patience to be with us in this program. Please like and share the program. And each time you join us, make sure you bring somebody along with you. The evangelism is for you, is for me, it's not for one person. We cannot do it on our own, except you play your own role. I play my own role, then we can be able to achieve success. Radical evangelism is one thing that we must engage in to overcome our enemies. The media is very important. So share this video if you have not done so, and Chukwu Okike will bless you. I appreciate everyone that have been with us from the beginning of the program up to this minute. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. Those in Biafra that are sitting at home, Whatever you are losing today, you are going to gain it in 1,000 folds tomorrow. Chukwu will come and guard and protect you, and you will never lose your life. No weapon formed or fashioned against you in Biafra land will prosper. Likewise, every Biafrans across the world, wherever you are watching from, you are protected, and the mercy of Chukwu Okabiama will be upon you. May Chukwu Okabiama continue to guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze. We pray for protection, for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okabiama continue to lead her and bring her to give her strength and power to overcome all the challenges that are coming forward. I present our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, wherever he is, that Chukwu Okabiama will bring him back to us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against him shall prosper. Every plans of the evil ones against him will never succeed. Wherever our Prime Minister is, we pray for wisdom, knowledge, understanding, revelations, for strength. We also pray for our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for strength, for healing. Wherever he is, we pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We pray that revelations will continue to come to him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again next time. Stay blessed and remain blessed wherever you are.
Na wana na mose vive na kiti enui na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem kuja atibe kuona tulane bovo timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule Nani mona tulilu na ya kalakana kwa lerinu mwangulu ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali mama abulezi okwenu na bakala keluego nezi enwe n'ụbọchị akala keluego n'odezi maka na baba n'ụwa aralu n'uteyi ụmụ Biafra kụnye nwe ụmụ Biafra kụnye berụ ụnanụkwana igbe ọnọdụ n'ọmụnọ n'ezi bịa kere nwe ọnọ n'enu lira tọnọ na ndagwurugwu senyi tọnọ n'ugwu gbadata ka anyị were efu obi wee nataba n'ụba anyị maka na ajụkọ n'ụwa milion wee gbafuwa ma ha bụrụ eziokwu enyi n'aka ndị kwọta mmiri ka ịgba gwachasị enyi ka ka ezu ezu ọpa bụrụ ebe wee rụta mmanụ ụmụ Biafra kụnye enu ka anyị were ofu obi wee nataba n'ụba anyị maka na ofu obi agbaka mma n'ala n'ugo n'onwe ụmụ Biafra na bekele ụmụ niile nke a bụ nke anyị nwa adati na ijele nwanyị bịa kenemi ọkwa gị bụrụ okwu ekele n'afa ndị otu Biafra Izawa and the Biafra Izawa religion nke ọ dị na nwata chi eze amụrụ n'obi bụ onye iwere ya wesị ya kene n'arụ gị adụmegwu Chukwu ike mba one of Biafra land mmanwụ be m ọdọgwụ n'elu akara ya dike nwafọ ndị Igbo jiri dị ebube bịa n'ebe ichebele mmanwụ be m abụzikwa odogwu eji mara Igbo niile odogwu eji mara Biafra bịa Chukwu Papa gị si ekene logi Filipu Effiong Abụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ekunye na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wenata na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo n'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na ele ọba gị isi ekene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kedu ebe ị nọ Amadike Biafra bịa
None whatsoever. I came out of
from my
case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to do That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So the
Biafran government they know na exile cabinet na Chukwu na ndana ya agba unu ume maka na onye soro bịa ya atọ ka ịmalụ ga-enu eyi jisie n'ike ekenele m ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu ndị ejezọ Biafra land bịa kenenu eyi the great oracles of Biafra na no kene no nama na no jisi kenon atugo ya ba ume omo chukwu ne ase kana the Prime Minister H.E. Maazị Simon Webber abụzikwa batobi otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ anụ nganga pịote mgbe wile nna me mmiri na-adị ugwu bịa
Come each and
Ogada gidi dike bia no. Ko ju kwala ni yo. Ni ne tuko nyele ndi Biafra na no. No da beke nege. Asimo na ya de ni Biafra ni na ma. Asino ya de no ni na ma. Madanye na bono mweno utelanyi welien Madanye na bono nudonu no mwe Makana mbona boke kwe na abonike Moyana no, moyana. No be for the belly, no, I believe MLM. A good legacy will last forever, I believe MLM. And the remembrance of my beliefs you.